Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pike County Central High School for tonight's 15th Region Volleyball Championship between the 58th District champions, the Allen Central Lady Rebels, against the 59th District champions, the East Ridge Lady Warriors. And right now we are getting the lineups from the PA announcer. I'm alongside my colleague here, Brian Dixon. I am Ricky Thacker, and Brian, what do you think about the game tonight?
Well, we saw both teams come out, play with a lot of aggression. East Ridge was in the second game of last night, the nightcap game, and just came out and dominated early. Had one mishap with I believe it was game three last night against Betsy Lane. Had a little bit of a mishap there, but came out and just dominated in game four. And Allen Central just came out and beat a very young, athletic Pikeville team, but they just came out and did what Allen Central's been doing the last few years. They keep on clicking, they keep on winning, and like we talked about, they have that championship experience this year, which can play a big factor in tonight's game.
It can, and we have noticed on the schedule online through KHSAA, they are, I believe, 32-5 on the year, and they have been at the state All-A tournament. They're representing the 15th region. So experience they do have.
Right, yes, they do. And I believe, how many games did they win? Did they win one or two? Oh, well, they go into pool play
They
first.
went into pool play and went 2-1.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And then they
lost in the first round.
That's a single elimination, right?
Championship bracket, single elimination.
Okay. And as you can see here, you can't really hear the announcer, but they are announcing the both teams, all players. It sounds like they're going with Allen Central right now. Or no, excuse me, they're doing East Ridge right now, girls. So again, here in just a second, they'll go over the sportsmanship rules, which we had last night that they discussed. It's one of those important things, again, we talked about last night. That is very, very important for these girls to understand. You're here to be a student athlete. You are here to respect the game and having fun and enjoy that.
Yes, and both schools are represented very well. Great role models for coaches. For Allen Central, they have Colonel Larry Maynard at the helm. And for East Ridge, they have Coach Dave Spradlin.
Yes, and again, Coach Spradlin used to coach against me in baseball. He used to be the baseball coach over there at East Ridge. And now I think he just solely focuses on volleyball, I think is what it is. Does he have a daughter or anything that plays volleyball?
I do not believe he does.
Okay.
And tonight we get a crown of 15th Region champion, and next week they will represent this region and go to Louisville and play at Valley High.
Okay, and then there's nothing better. Again, these girls, you know they're going to have nerves tonight, right, Ricky? You think they would. It is a championship game, so that may play in a factor with Allen Central just because they have been there before. If you've never been to Allen Central's gym, you walk inside, there is all kinds of pictures. It talks all kinds of things, All-A champs, 15th Region All-A champs. You know, they've never really got to the point where they will have won a state title yet, I believe, in volleyball. Is that correct? They haven't won one yet?
They have not, but they have been in the top 25 in the state all year long. So they have the experience to go along, but East Ridge also has 4 seniors on their roster.
Right, which makes a big difference. That was one of the things we didn't have last night. So as you can see, again, it's just one of those things. And did you hear what they were announcing? Oh,
birthday.
It was a birthday, so that's very nice. Happy birthday. I'm sorry, we don't know. We don't know, but
I do believe a fan from Allen Central,
right.
It is her birthday.
And I think we have the biggest Floyd County fan here tonight. I think Mr. Henry, Superintendent Mr. Henry Webb is here tonight.
He is located right below us, and he is one of their biggest fans for Floyd County.
Absolutely. He is at everything. Anything has to do with Floyd County, it seems like he's there, he supports.
And the superintendent of Pike County Schools, Roger Wagner, I do believe he is in attendance as well tonight.
Okay, so again, you can see both superintendents here for both their schools, which is, you know, something that you like to see.
Yes, and I have also seen Mr. Larry Begley, Allen Central's principal, and I've also seen Mr. Kevin Justice, East Ridge's principal, in attendance. So a lot of administration here to support their teams.
That's good. You know, the kids see that, and they have more respect for the principals, more respect for the superintendents. That makes them feel good because they say, here, we're coming out to support this team. And as you can see, we're getting ready to do this. This is always something we've seen with volleyball. They do this sportsmanship thing. Everybody claps hands before and after. It looks like everybody has a big smile on their face, says good luck, from what we can see at this angle. So you never know when it gets down in the trenches, kind of like football, being on the offensive, defensive lines. you never know what can happen there.
And we have yet to know who received serve the first game. But in the first game, whoever serves will receive the ball. The second game, they rotate until the fifth game. If there's a fifth game, which looking at both teams, we have a feeling it's going to be a long game.
Yes, it could be a very long game, and we thought that was going to happen in the nightcap last night with Eastridge. So fatigue may play a factor here because they did play the late game last night, and what did happen was they went 4 games. Allen Central only went 3. We talked about that last night with Betsy Lane, struggling a little bit in that situation because they played 4 games the night before. So this is Eastridge's 3rd match in a row. Is that correct?
Match in a row. They played Tuesday, Wednesday, and now tonight. So before we get started, and we're getting started here in just a second, players to watch for Eastridge. Who do you think it will be?
Well, we talked about it last night. I think we're going to have number 15, the Tacker girl. She came out and played phenomenal last night. But we noticed when she comes out, I think is Fuller, number 13, I believe.
Yes,
she's
number
another
13.
Great player. So my person to watch for is her tonight. I have a good feeling she's going to do well.
And Eastridge will elect to serve the first game.
Looks like Sierra Jones with a spike, but a good save right there.
By number 7, the libero, Becky Clark.
And as you can see here the free call again set up for Sierra Jones. And looks like they got the point. Allen Central ahead, 1-0 this first game.
And with Allen Central going back to receive, player to watch for Allen Central, who would you believe it would be?
I believe it would be Katie Kendrick today.
The freshman.
Yes, the freshman. She played phenomenal last night in their game against Pikeville. So I have a feeling she's going to play well. She's been playing really good.
Okay, we got a good set there.
It's set up for Tackett, but
Tackett
out
a little bit
bounds.
out.
So that is 2-0 Allen Central.
Early lead for Allen Central. Now, we do announce players to watch during the games. However, both these teams, each player on the floor will affect the game greatly.
Oh, absolutely. And again, it's a team effort. And you see Lakin with the serve. She is that softball we talked about last night. Great.
Ooh, block.
Look who it was.
Katie Kendrick.
Katie Kendrick. That is, I believe that is 3-0.
3-0 Allen Central.
2-1 on the scoreboard, but is that correct? I think it's 3-0.
I believe it's 3-0.
Yeah,
and my counting.
Yeah, they're fixing it right now.
And Allen Central scorekeeper is coming over. And probably the official scorer had that as well.
Mistakes happen.
And
4-0 run.
4-0 run, and we're seeing a lot of unforced errors by Eastridge. Now, a couple blocks, which Allen Central won the point outright, but these unforced errors, they're going to have to eliminate those.
Yes, they are, and it's a 4-0 run. I think a lot has to do with nerves. I don't know if Eastridge has ever been in this situation before, so it's just one of those things. It's set up for Tackett right there, and that would be in.
It'd be in. Eastridge finally on the board.
And they have a rotation that is Coleman going in for, who is that, number 1?
Tristan Miller. And number 20, Lauren Bevins back to serve.
You'll see that rotation a lot. Coleman and Miller, they'll rotate a whole bunch.
When Miller goes to the back, or to the front line, excuse me, Coleman checks in.
Ooh.
Unforced error.
Unforced error again. So your score now is 5-1 Allen Central. Again, we play to first team to 25, but if you have to win by 2. And if you get to that point, your cap is, I believe, we thought it was last night, it was 40.
40. Out of bounds.
Was out by Sierra Jones.
First unforced error by Allen Central tonight.
And then you see they do a rotation. So it looks like maybe the 2 top players for both teams come out and don't really play the back row.
Just get a little bit of break.
Right.
Do you think it affects them because of the jumping they do on the front line, blocking and hitting?
Guess who came down with that spike, that kill?
Kendrick.
Yes, she did. Again, she's come to play from what you can see. That's after the first game.
And if I'm not mistaken, she has played varsity, started varsity 8th, and this is her 9th grade year.
So she's only a freshman.
She's only a freshman. And they have her listed on the roster as being 5'7".
I think she's a little taller than that.
I think she had her growth spurt.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Back to serve is Rachel Moore, number 5. She was the 58th District Player of the Year.
Again, with the serve right there, set up. Looks like set up for Tackett. I believe it was Bevins set her up. Good block by Katie right there.
Rachel Moore,
the tip.
She served and got the kill.
And you can see, like we talked about this last night, Betsy Lane had this problem. When you go up for a double block like that, there's nobody in the back to protect that open area. And if that tip block goes in, it's going to land in that open spot every time. So your score is 8-2, Allen Central.
That looked a little bit long, but she was too close to take.
Right. Oh, good fakery right there, but good save by Bevins.
And let's see who they
set up. Oh, Tackett.
Left-handed.
I don't think that was up for her, but she took it anyways. And then Moore with the spike right there. 9-2. Allen Central, do you call a timeout here?
Yeah, timeout.
Absolutely.
You was right on the money. Coach David Spradlin wanted his first timeout.
As you can, again, it's one of those things. I think a lot is nerves for East Ridge right now. They're struggling a little bit. They're, not really focused like they were last night. But we got to give credit to Allen Central too. They are a pretty good team.
They are showing their domination a little bit here early on.
Yes, it happens. It's one of those things when you have a young, inexperienced team. I know they have some seniors, but I don't know the last time that East Ridge has been this far.
I don't recollect whenever they were back in the regional championship game, so
right.
Don't have those stats in front of me, but we know Allen Central has been here several times.
Yes, they have. And again, like we said before, we saw a lot of pictures and stuff, posters with all their teams, and I think they won the All-A region. I think if I had to guess, 6 years in a row, 7 years in a row, something like that. So Allen Central volleyball is known. It's known in the 15th region. It's known throughout the state.
Throughout the state, and they're making a name for themselves. And for the past few years, it's been 58 district versus 58 district in the regional championship. And the 59th district winner came out last night and beat Betsy Lane 3 games to 1.
So I believe that's still Moore with the serve. Is that right?
Nope. Moore lost her serve.
Okay. That was Fuller with the spike right there.
And going to Katie
Kendrick. That was a power, but that was a good save right there.
And
that is in.
That was in.
That's a correct call.
That was a correct call.
Allen Central didn't think so, but from our angle,
that
Ricky,
was in.
Yes.
That was in, and the officials tonight, the 2 line judges are Carl Prater and Tommy Dingus, and the referees tonight up on the chair is the veteran Pete Runyon, and on the floor is Cindy Stewart.
And then we can see Tackett with the serve. There's it's a miss hit,
Rachel Moore hit. Miss timing. She didn't have the ability to jump there, so she had a little bit of difficulties with that returning over the net.
Right, those things happen. I mean, that's why you play this game. Just keep going.
We need to watch this. Number 15 for Eastridge, Cassidy Tackett, is serving. If she loses this, which they did, she's going to come out for the libero, number 7, Becky Clark.
And you see, that's what she did. She came straight out of that game.
And last night, when she came out, Betsy Lane made the runs.
Yes, that's when they made the runs. So let's see if Allen Central can cap on this and see where they go. Katie Kendrick with the serve.
Good serve.
Good serve deep. They're probably going to call a free ball here, which means basically it's a real easy setup for Allen Central.
And the southpaw. Lakin Tackett.
Those are your favorite. And Fuller with the spike right there. When Tackett's out for Eastridge, they
double
try
block.
Then they good double block. That was Coleman. And who was the other one? Did you see that one? I believe it was number 6.
Number 6, that would be Jessica Williams.
We didn't say her name a lot last night, did we?
No, we did not. I think she was part of the double blocks. However, she was on the other side of the block, and Miss Coleman got the most of the credit for that.
Probably, yeah. We didn't hear her name a lot.
Okay, number 1, Tristan Miller back to serve. And I think Eastridge, if I'm not mistaken, they do a triple rotation with the libero. Number 7, number 15, and number 1, they rotate for each other, and it doesn't count as a serve, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. And then you see for Allen Central, I believe, the libero, Deshae Elliott.
With the serve,
and
good dig.
Call free. That's right down there. Those are one of those misfortune hits, where you're trying to save it because it's a low ball, and when you hit it that close to the net and you're playing the front line for the other team, your mouth starts to drool. You get all excited because you're just going to hammer it home.
And Allen Central has had a couple of those in their games.
Yep, and that serve was out. So your score now is 12-6, Allen Central.
Allen Central early on has doubled up on Eastridge in this first game.
But again, you see those things happen. You will see runs. Looks like Fuller's coming back for a serve here. So maybe she can get the spark, get them a few more points, get themselves back in this game.
And Eastridge has taken an earlier timeout, so they only got 1 timeout left.
Right, and that was a miss hit right there.
And the miss hit was by number 11, Deshae Elliott.
Those things, we talked about this yesterday. Allen Central's
quick
gonna call.
timeout.
I don't think Colonel Maynard was happy about that. Look at him.
Taking them to the Hawks' nest.
Yeah, that's right. He likes to put them over there. I think what he does is he finally gets to scream and yell at him, and no one gets to hear him, so he does it over there, and he can kind of keep himself quiet. Because if you think about it, the benches are really close to the stands, And, you know, it's just one of those things where he's not screaming, he's not yelling, he's motivating.
And he gets the team focused on him, not looking into the stands maybe if you're on the bench.
Right.
All eyes are on Colonel Maynard.
Absolutely, and you can see that, but you can see that for sure. And you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get him motivated. You look and see right now they're laughing over there in their huddle over there, which makes a big difference. So he's like, hey, you got this.
Pressure.
There's no pressure. You know, yes, you're the favorite. We know, everybody knows that, but play your game, and you have this.
Yes, execute, and you will win. And he was awarded earlier last week as being the 15th Region Coach of the Year. And #1 for Allen Central, Courtney Hodge, was also nominated and awarded the 15th Region Player of the Year. So they have many trophies over at Eastern Kentucky.
For volleyball. Fuller with the serve here. And again, she's got the little sign wider thing that we talked about last night.
Yeah,
setting up, leg and tack it. Yeah. She bends that left shoulder.
#1, Tristan with the set. Eastridge tried to attack.
Rachel Moore, she's done that twice now.
A little short.
She's done that. Remember we talked about last night, we talked about points after timeouts?
Yes.
I don't think it's happening. I think it's 0 for 2 so far.
2. And we saw earlier for Eastridge, #15 hit it long.
Right.
And for Allen Central, #5, she's
and
hitting
Fuller
it short.
keeps serving. Now you're going to hear a free ball. I think
Let's see
Katie
if
mishit
Eastridge
that
does
one.
anything with it. Who's that, #2?
Yep, and again, hit it deep. Body position there, just hit it in the hole, and she just tried to make an effort right there.
Savannah Looney with a successful attack, which...
we didn't hear her name a lot either last night.
I think when Eastridge was playing Betsy Lane, 15 was doing a really good job.
Yeah, they just kept hitting. And then #13, Fuller, too. I believe that's 4 straight points for Eastridge. And you see Sierra Jones right there. I think she's been playing this game.
Central on back on the board. And she is a senior also.
She's been playing, I think, for a while. She's probably maybe been playing since her freshman year. I don't know.
Probably 8th and 7th grade because if I'm not mistaken, Colonel Maynard is also the middle school coach over at Allen Central.
That makes a big, big difference.
It helps when you are in charge of your feeder schools, and it helps.
And there's a tip. That would be 4 hits right there. You're only allowed, they call it 4 hits. Okay, and it looks like Allen Central wants them to be called Eastridge in the net, but the ball has to go over in order for that to count.
Yes, and we've seen a couple net calls last night.
Yeah, I think she tried to hit that one just a little bit too hard, and that was, who was it? Number 7, the libero.
Becky Clark.
Okay. She's trying to put a little power behind it. She knows, again, Allen Central is a good team, but you just got to play your game. Don't try to do too much. Lakin Taggart with the serve, the southpaw, as we talked about. She has that slurve that you love so much. That's your favorite pitch.
Yes.
Good recovery right there by Sierra Jones. You're going to hear a free ball. Good hit.
Return by Deshae Elliott.
Good hit.
Let's see if Eastridge capitalized.
There.
No,
it is in. It is in.
That is the introduction of the Lick Creek Missile. Miss Cassidy Tackett.
And again, she's a difference maker for sure for Eastridge. She comes in and sets a tone right there.
She gets the team going, and also #2, Savannah Looney, may be helping her and assisting her tonight because she may need the help.
Right. I believe that is Bevins with the serve, #20.
Rachel Moore with a pass up ahead.
There's Katie Kendrick. Good save right
return.
there. Yep, and it's going to be right up close to the net. Ooh, they're going to call
somebody in the net.
Katie Kendrick in the net.
Katie Kendrick in the net. And we got a ball game here.
Yes, we do. It is 14-12. Allen Central still running, but Eastridge is making a big run. So did that timeout help Allen Central realistically?
I don't believe it did.
I don't think so.
And one thing we talked about Eastridge last night, they're not really showing off as a team. They just fundamentally sound.
Right, yeah, absolutely. They just play the game correctly, especially when Tackett's on her game. They can really, and Fuller can come up there and hit some good spikes and get some kills for Eastridge. They're right in this. So your score now is 15-12 after Katie Kendrick came down with a kill.
And we got Sierra back to serve for Allen Central.
And I think that was a little bit of a miss hit by Fuller right there. So those things happen.
And you see Eastridge, they're back in position. Head's not hanging down.
Right.
They know they're in this tournament and in this game.
Right. And things can happen. Sierra Jones with the serve. Your score again, 16-12, Allen Central. And Coleman with a good high bump, as you can see, and a spike right there.
Does it affect the person when it's that high?
No, not really, because it gets them easier to get their body positioned to make a good set. And see Bevins with the setting it to Tackett. Tackett with a hit, but Katie's right there to block that for Allen Central.
And we talked about both these teams being fundamentally sound.
Right.
And I'm not going to put a curse on nobody, hopefully, but I haven't seen a double hit called tonight.
No, I have not
and
either.
Last night it was several.
Right, and there you see right there,
double
great block. It was I think it was just single block.
Single block by number 15. Yes, that is right, because last night when 15 was in, she was by herself.
Yep, she was. She's just a really tall girl. What did they have for her height?
Her height is 5'9".
She might be taller than that.
So is she taller than Katie Kendrick?
Who knows? Oh, almost a good save right there by Tackett. But again, that was a good hit by Katie Kendrick. So your score now should be 17-13. Is that correct? Because it just wasn't 16-14. There we go, 17-13. I don't know what they're doing with the scoreboard here.
Think they might be having a little technical difficulties.
Who only knows what's going on?
A little left-handed action there by Katie Kendrick,
right.
just trying to get the ball over.
But
good save by Deshae Elliott for Allen Central.
And that,
one of those. Sam Becky Clark, you couldn't let it go because it was so close, so you had to try to get it back in front of you.
Right, that's just one of those things that you, do I want to hit it? Do I not want to hit it? You just got to make that commitment, and she just went for it and just cut herself off guard. So your score now is 18-3.
13. 18-13,
13,
sorry.
Excuse me.
Oh, a little bit
Tackett
long.
Tried to make a good play. What Tackett was trying to do there, she was just trying to hit it real deep to get it back to where most of the Allen Central players were not.
Because the Allen Central, they were all playing up close in front of the net. So we saw Eastridge there, Cassidy Tackett, trying to get it to the back line where she thought no defenders were, which they were not, but she just hit it a little bit too deep.
Yeah, and those things happen. You know, just trying to make a play right there. She's just trying to just step up and make a good play. Though, like we talked about, those things happen, mistakes happen, but your score is still fairly close. It's still within 6. We talked about this last night. 6 points can mean a big difference in volleyball because, like we talked about, you can't make a 3-point shot. You can't get a 3-point spike or anything like that. Right. Those things don't happen. It's all 1 point.
And many fans that probably have come to Pike Central, they're saying, where the basketball goes? Well, they're put up for tonight.
Right. As you can see, they're up high. And if you look and see at the basket on the far end over here where it says home of the Hawks, somebody got a volleyball stuck up there. Can you see that, Ricky, up there?
Oh, I think the cameraman got it.
Yeah, the orange volleyball they got stuck up there.
Mr. Wayne Fugit on that. He's all over that,
Yes,
man.
he is.
And as everybody should know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and pink volleyball up there.
Yeah. Are you sure it's pink?
I'm going to call it pink.
Oh, and Katie right there, or Cassidy Tackett, excuse me, with a big spike right there, big kill to get Eastridge back on the board at 19-14.
And get them within 5 points.
Yes.
And the person getting the kill there, now she's back to serve. And we saw that a lot last night, and we thought it was coincidence, but
right.
It was her rotation.
Right, yeah, just her rotation.
Ooh, Katie with a tough one.
He called it out.
He called it out.
Is that Mr. Dingus's call right there?
It was on the other side of the line. I thought it would be Miss Prater's call,
yeah.
but Tommy's had a better view of it.
Right.
And Carl didn't make a call.
So your score is 19-15. Rachel Moore with the spike, good recovery right there. Good tip. Fuller with the spike here.
Ooh,
great
double block.
Double block.
Ooh.
And Katie right there. But they're going to call her in the net. You see how the net's shaking right there?
Yes.
I saw that on the follow-through. You got to remember, when you follow through and spike, yes, great spike, but you cannot hit the net at any time with any part of your body. We talked about the hair last night, too.
Yes,
I still
we saw a lot of hair
answer.
in it. I think it is not a violation if your hair gets in it.
Oh, okay.
Can't punish a young lady for having long hair. And Allen Central going to try to get across the net.
And you hear a free ball right there, but that was a good placement on that.
Yes.
Right there.
And we're still going. They're going to still try to attack, and it was out. Looks a little bit
Looks
long.
like an out. Yes. So your score now is 20-16, Allen Central. And who was that? I don't remember seeing that girl hit that. Was that number 6 for Eastridge?
Jessica Wood.
Jessica. 13. Okay.
13. Kelsey Fuller.
Kelsey Fuller.
She with a.
And there's Lakin Tackett. Again, that's one of those balls that you don't want to hit that close to the net. If you hit it that close, we talked about this. It's like, thank you very much. And you just hit it hard. It's kind of like one of those when you change and you bring in a really slow pitcher, everybody gets excited.
See that curved ball coming out of the hand.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's look at a short dig right there. Pick up a set for Rachel Moore, and that is out. Hit that too hard. So your score is 21-17, Allen Central still.
And we got a sub, Tristan in for number 30, Allison Coleman. I've called number one's name so much, Tristan Miller. I'm just going to call her Tristan from now on.
That's fine. Tristan with the serve here.
She's the serve specialist,
right.
I would assume.
And that was a little dink. Lakin tag with the spike, but a good recovery right there.
And
Bevins,
left-handed.
Yeah, that was Bevins, I believe. Oh, a little miscommunication by Allen Central right there, but a good recovery. I don't think they wanted to hit that one like that.
Oh, a good little rally here.
Hodge, right. Rachel Miller just found that hole. No one came to block, and it gave the spiker, the person going up to get the kill, a very wide open look, and she found the wide open spot right in the middle. So that gives your score 22-17, Allen Central. Allen Central only needs 3 more points to win this first game.
Now we see Colonel Maynard going on the floor there and instructing his server, Deshae Elliott. Wonder what he's telling her.
Don't hit it out of bounds, probably.
Keep it in.
Yep, there's
Let
Fuller
your
with the
defense
spike.
work.
But you notice again what they're doing, Allen Central. They're double blocking Fuller and they're double blocking Tackett. Makes a big difference, but we don't see Tackett in the game right now. So this is where Betsy Lane last night made a run. Let's see if Allen Central can do the same thing.
There's a back row attack by Katie Kendrick. Ooh.
Good block. That was Lakin Tackett, I believe, on that block. Again, double block right there. That's just a good tip, knowing where it is. We've got a really good rally going back here. Fuller with the spike attempt. Just
finally got it over.
Finally got it over. Eastridge finally got a break in that situation.
Allen Central touched the ball, but it just fell right at their feet.
Right, those things happen. And I think after making that good spike, Fuller's going back to serve. Your score is 22-18.
Allen Central is 3 points from winning this first game.
Right.
There's a free ball.
Yep, a mistake.
Takes it.
A mistake, as you can see.
They're going to...
Another same thing. I think that was leg and tag that happened twice to her. She just turned her body a little bit. Looks like hit off the side of the arm right there. And that just gets you a little misplacement, and that ball's going to ricochet.
And when Savannah Looney is on the left side and she gets a chance to attack, she's 2 for 2 in these last 2 points.
Yes, she is. Again, one of those things. We seen this earlier in this game. Fuller coming out and setting the tone, serving. She scored a lot of points when Eastridge made that last run when they scored 6 or 7 straight points. I believe it was Fuller that was serving. And she's got that sidewinder serve that we talked about.
Love sidewinder.
He says Sierra Jones with the tip. Ooh, good recovery.
Good recovery.
And it looks like it's going to go over. Yes, good job, Eastridge. Sierra Jones with a good recovery right there by the libero.
Becky Clark.
Again, they have another opportunity. Free ball. Let's see what they
does with it. Oh, they're going to Savannah Looney again.
But another good recovery. This is a great rally.
Left-hander.
Just wanted to get that one over. Really wasn't set. Kind of like this one, but a good spot for that one.
It went
that
over.
Recovery. Oh,
out.
Good job by Rachel Moore right there. Try to get it over.
There is no quitting these Eastridge Lady Warriors.
No, absolutely not. And
they pulled within 1 point.
Right, and look at this. We didn't see this last night with the crowd. They are both up. There's plenty of fans up on their feet. This is a very, very exciting game. It is 22-21 now, Allen Central.
Oh, we hear some fans.
Uh-oh.
Trying to rally behind Allen Central.
Great block. Oh, but a good recovery right there.
Here's a free ball. Let's see what they do. Ooh,
yep.
A little
Bevins
trickery
with
there.
The hit, yeah. There's another one. But
going to Savannah Looney again.
Just
good
a good block. Right, they were set that time.
Try it again.
And just try to do a little misplacement, try to change it up a little bit. Rachel Moore with the hit. Real close to the net. Ooh. Here's another free ball. See what Allen Central does here. Sierra Jones with the spike. Great block. Ricky, would you believe it's 22-22 tied up?
Wasn't Eastridge down 6 points?
Eastridge was down 6, yes. Now
and a timeout by Allen Central. That's their second and final timeout, I do believe.
Did Allen Central call a timeout last night?
They didn't have to.
I don't think they had to, no.
Yes, they called one because Potterville made a run. He took them over to the Hawks Nest. We talked about that.
That's
and
right.
After that, it was like the game just went smoothly for Allen Central.
Okay, so again, 22-22, and most of this has been done by Fuller serving and a lot of great blocks. Great blocks by Bevins, I think was one of them. He said Looney was another one. And also, I believe it was number 6, is that Jessica Williams? Yes, that is.
And you see number 15, they're making this run, and she's resting.
Yes, Miss Tackett is sitting on the bench, but it's just the way the rotation works, and it's one of those things that it's playing Eastridge's favor.
And it seems like Allen Central is trying to concentrate on number 2, Savannah Looney, who is attacking the ball. However, when she attacks, Allen Central has to put free balls over, and Eastridge capitalizes every time.
Right. Fuller with the serve, 22, and that is a great first lead of the game, yes. Fuller serving again. She's got that turn. It's got that curveball action, and it looks like it's really confusing Allen Central.
And Eastridge is attacking the right side of the floor at this moment.
Set up, Lakin Taggett. She hit that one right-handed this time. Bevins with a tip. Oh, good recovery. That's about the best thing Allen Central could have done right there, is hit that ball deep. I think it was Courtney Hodge with that.
Ooh,
good hit, but good recovery. You're going to hear a free ball right here.
Let's see what Eastridge does with this. Number 1, Tristan Miller setting it up for
Jessica Williams, I believe, but that was out.
And out of bounds. And you wonder why they didn't set number 2 that time for Eastridge.
I don't know. You know, it's one of those things that maybe it was a rotation, maybe where the ball was placed. And just one of those things that it happens.
Maybe Allen Central was keying on that side, and they thought they might capitalize on a weakness there.
Rachel Moore at that serve, it is 23-23 right there.
And you have to win by 2 points.
Right. Good block. That almost looked like it was a carry. Real close to the net right there. That's a very tough play. You know, you got to give credit to Eastridge right there for making that little side attempt, but that's a tough play for Allen Central. So your score now is 24-23.
And Eastridge with the game point right here. If Eastridge makes the score, they will take an early 1-0 lead.
And that is out.
Of bounds.
Nerves,
I do believe. Number 7, Becky Clark. But she is a senior, though. But again, I don't think she's been to the 15th Region Championship.
Right, that makes a big difference, big-time difference. Looks like Lakin Taggett with a serve for Allen Central. 24-24 is your score.
And she decided to go left-handed that time.
And Tackett's back in the game.
And
look at this.
Lick Creek missile.
Yeah, that's right. So now that puts, again, Eastridge in another opportunity to win this game. They need a good serve here.
And we do have a sub, Tristan Miller coming out, and number 30, Allison Coleman, coming in, because Allison will go to the front line. They feel that she is more capable than number 1. Number 1 plays the back line.
Bevins with the serve here. Setting it up for Katie Kendrick. Comes down right in the right spot. You think she put some power behind that one and said, hey, girls, let's get this going. Let's win this.
And, you know, Allen Central's been here before.
Right.
And they've been down before. They had their backs to the wall. And they are a championship quality team.
Right, absolutely. Sierra Jones, I believe, is serving now. 25-25 is your score, all tied up. And again, we talked about you have to win by 2. Set for Tackett.
Hit the net. I don't know if she planned on that or not.
And again, you hear a free ball, but that was basically Allen Central's best play.
Let's see if they go to number 15 again.
Nope, they're going to Looney with a little tip right there.
And
good
it works.
Play.
Everybody for Allen Central was concentrating on number 15, which was Miss Tackett, and they went to Looney on that play.
Right. So your score now, 26-25 Eastridge. As you can see, again, it may be one of those things where if Eastridge can finally get over that hump, they've been here 3 times now. And it looks like we have an equipment situation. Something happened. I think is that Katie Kendrick?
That's Katie
Something
Kendrick.
With her knee brace or whatever it may be. It looks like the strap maybe came off.
Ankle.
Something. You never know.
A lot more equipment than when I used to play sports back in high school, which was, we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, you're not that old. Come on now. I played way before you did.
I graduated in 2003 from high school.
Okay. I was 2001. Beat that one.
Well.
I think maybe changing that knee brace or restrapping it changed the game right there.
I think, did she have a pair of the old Air Jordans where you pump it up?
Hey, who knows? She got up in the air, though, that time. And so, again, your score now is 26-26, tie game. Eastridge, again, could not capitalize on that.
And Allen Central hasn't been on a 1-point lead so far, so they haven't had a chance for a game point. Let's see if they capitalize on this one.
That was a good save right there. They're going to be
close to the net.
Watch this, hit the net. Those are one of those crazy plays. Tackett with the hit, but a good recovery right there. Rachel Moore with the spike.
It's touched by number 15 and number 30. And we see this. 15 is getting help with blocking, and she didn't have to last night.
No, she didn't have to last night, and they hit that one right through the wickets. You know, put it between both their arms, went straight through, as you can see. So your score is 27-26, Allen Central.
Game point for Allen Central. They're finally at an advantage here.
Right. Let's see what they can do here. See who they set. I had a feeling you'd set it to Katie.
Short.
It happens. I have a feeling, Ricky, this game is going to be one of those back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not going to be I think it's going to be this way all night.
And people tuning in saying volleyball goes 25. Why are you at 27? You've got to win by 2.
Got to win by 2, yes. Almost a miscommunication right there. But they got it over the net.
But it was a free
Setting
ball.
up for Fuller. Never crossed the net.
4.
Yep, good call. Good call by Mr. Running over that. That was correct.
Allen Central threw the ball to Eastridge, but keep the ball.
Right.
Let's keep the ball.
Right.
You get a serve here.
Right.
And the fans of Allen Central on their feet. Katie Kendrick back to serve.
Let's see how she does here. Puts a hit to Coleman right there. Bevins with the set. Real close to the net. That's just a bad set in that situation. But, hey, game 1's over. Allen Central with a 29-27 lead. Don't worry about it, Eastridge. There's always game 2.
Both teams very competitive. And Allen Central takes the early 1-0 lead. And we'll be back on Intermountain Sports in just a minute for game number 2.
Smart Home Security provides you peace of mind by giving you access to your home cameras and connected devices from anywhere with one easy-to-use app. Stop worrying and upgrade to a smart home with Gearhart Security, and rest easy knowing you're always covered with 24/7 professional monitoring.
Video gaming is a great way for families to have fun together. And Gearhart's fiber-fast internet and whole home Wi-Fi is a game changer. Contact Gearhart Broadband and level up to game-changing internet and Wi-Fi today.
Game 2, Allen Central versus Eastridge. Allen Central wins game 1. Very good, very tight, close game. Hopefully, we see more of that. We like that just because it makes it exciting for both fans, both teams get excited about those games when it's really close. And like you talked about, you're only supposed to play to 25. Well, when you don't get or up by 2 points, game's not over. You have to win by 2. And that's what happened.
Allen Central and Eastridge switches benches, which a lot of people may not be accustomed to. And where Allen Central received the first game, they will serve this game.
They will serve. So I believe there's Lakin Taggett with the serve. It's set by Looney right there. She's getting a lot more spike opportunities tonight.
She's attacking the ball more tonight than we saw last time.
Set it for Katie Kendrick. Almost the same as what game 1 started with. It was a good spike, but just a great recovery right there.
And before we come on air, we talked about this possibly can go 5 games. Both teams are very in this game.
Absolutely correct. And that would be Sierra Jones who hit it out.
A little bit out.
The first game started with Allen Central scoring the first 4, 5 points of the game. And now, as you can see, Eastridge started this game 1-0.
And back to serve is Eastridge's libero, number 7, Becky Clark, who is a senior for them.
Right. And it's real close set to the net right there. Oh, good recovery right there. I believe it was Bevins and then Tackett with the hit over.
We thought we'd see a lift on that one, but it was not out.
And Sierra Jones with this kill right there, so that puts the score 1-1.
And back to serve. Would that be Sierra Jones?
That's Sierra Jones, yes. And if you notice, Allen Central's girls, they wear long sleeve shirts. Eastridge's girls wear, it almost looks like it's a cutoff shirt.
Like a sleeveless shirt.
Right. Does that play a factor? Wearing them long sleeves, does that make you hotter?
I don't think so, because all the material now is that dry fit material made by several companies.
Right.
And most of the female athletes prefer the long sleeves now.
But I think also, too, with the long sleeves, it saves their forearms. A lot of time you got to remember, these balls are coming really, really hard at these girls, and it's hitting straight skin. And if that hurt, it will definitely hurt. And I think over here we see a gentleman wearing bacon outfit. Is he a piece of bacon over there? I can't tell.
Where's the egg?
The egg may be in front of him. Who knows?
I don't know.
But I think that he's wearing a piece of bacon as a Halloween costume. So, and I think, we can smell that, can't we, up here in the booth?
We can smell breakfast, and I haven't had supper. And
a little trickery right there by Katie Kendrick, trying to, again, you can set over like that. Set up for her.
And that time she decided.
Miscommunication, it looked like, I believe. Is that right? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ricky.
Oh, you're fine, Brian. I think a little miscommunication, but also Eastridge was suffering like Betsy Lane did. The middle was wide open on that attack for Katie Kendrick.
So now, is this Courtney serving right here?
Courtney Hodge is number 1. So
I think it was Fuller with a bad set. Katie Kendrick right there. He's going to call it out.
That was out.
Ooh. Oh, no. You know Colonel Mater's not going to be happy with that call.
That was a late call.
Yes, it was.
And eye contact has been made between the line judge and the coach.
But do you notice he did not get up and scream and yell? He just stood up. And they know, ooh, Eastridge finally got one of those. Thank you. I'm going to smash it in your face.
And Eastridge was on the receiving end of that 2 times the first game.
Right.
So Eastridge said, I owe you a couple.
Yes, and you don't want to let her hit that ball just like that because it will not make it. Let's see what Allen Central, if they're over. Nope, I don't think that's going to make it.
Not going to make it. And Eastridge lost the first game, and it was a very high-scoring game. And Eastridge, did they hang their head? No, they are up by 4 points here early in the second game, 6-2.
Right, but as you can see, we saw from this last game,
Free ball here.
It doesn't matter what the score is because Eastridge was down 6-7 at one point, came back and tied this game and actually went up several times and should have won.
And
good
had several
save.
Game points.
Good save right there by, I think it was Looney, but it did go out. And again, even if you make a great play like that, the ball still has to stay in bounds.
Dodged the candy cane, dodged the official, dodged the press box area, but it was still out.
Right. So your score now is 6-3. Eastridge. Ooh, good recovery right there. No.
Again.
But it's another one. And you can see Tackett had a little emotion on that one. She just clapped her hands. She knew she hit it well, but hey, defense wins championships. And that was a great defensive play right there. I believe it was at the libero for Allen Central.
But why is Allen Central serving?
She went across the line. Okay. We did not catch that one.
And
thanks,
all the excitement with the...
Right. Wayne caught that one for us, so. And again, you see a miss hit right there for Allen Central, so that puts your score 7-4, Eastridge.
And Tackett for Eastridge is back to serve. And if she makes the point, she remains in the game. But if she loses the points, the other 2 positions in the back row, she sets down for the libero.
Right. They set up, looks like Fuller getting an opportunity, but double block. They've noticed that. They've double blocked Fuller every time.
And a little bit short by number 5.
I think it was Jessica Williams. I think it was number 6. Jessica Williams.
The light blue, which Allen Central wears Columbia blue, and Eastridge wears light and navy blue. So it's a little hard to recognize the numbers.
Right.
Color, long hair, it kind of deflects a little bit.
But you see, no one's wearing, that's 4 hits. That ball never cleared the net right there. So it looks like Allen Central's on a little run. Eastridge is having a few mental errors right there. But I think Eastridge is just trying to play a little trickery right now. They're not just going up and just saying, hey, I'm just going to hit it at you.
They're not attacking the ball.
Right.
And we seen last night, Eastridge was super aggressive, and they're shying away from that a little bit early on.
And set by Sierra, or spiked by Sierra Jones was recovered right there, as you can see by Eastridge. Fuller just trying to make a play. Sometimes you can't always spike it, especially when it's a bad set. Mistakes happen. It's hard to hit that. A great block.
But it did go out.
Did it go out? Yes, the ball was out.
And Eastridge receives the point. Even though Allen Central had a great attempt at the block and it did go back, it did fall out of bounds outside the blue lines.
Right, and as you can see right there, Coach Maynard, he's out there instructing the girls, hey, quit turning your hips, quit turning your body to the side. That ball's just going to ricochet off left or right. So
back to serve, Tristan Miller.
Katie just with the miss hit right there. If you notice, if we had instant replay, we could go back and see, watch your hands turn sideways. It's almost like she went from dead middle to turn to the right. Maybe that ball had a little curve on it.
Yeah, and Tristan, she turned sideways. Looks like a little Johnny Cueto action, if you're familiar with my Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, we're going back to that again, huh?
Yes, we are.
Oh, boy.
Always a fan.
Yeah. Another wrong. Just a little misjudgment right there. I think she hit that one in the wrong spot. So you have your score right now. I believe it's Eastridge 9 and Allen Central 7.
And back to serve for Allen Central is the 58th District Player of the Year, Rachel Moore.
Now she put some authority on that ball, as you can see by the high set. And you'll hear a free ball.
Oh, net violation.
Right. Is be on Eastridge. It looks like number 13, Fuller with in the net. So your score now is 9-8, Allen Central.
And Rachel Moore still retains the serve.
She's got that curveball. You can see that spin. It's got that real tight curveball.
And Looney and Clark had a little bit of miscommunication there.
I think that curveball looks more like a Mark Burley curveball for those of you that are White Sox fans.
I give you that one.
Okay, he threw that slow curveball, that good breaker. Now he plays for the Marlins, but back when he was back in my Chicago White Sox team. He did throw a no-hitter.
Now let's get back to volleyball.
Yes,
now.
let's do that. A little miscommunication looked like by Eastridge.
And
very good serving by Rachel Moore. Got to give her credit. She's served last, what, 4 points, I believe? 3 or 4 points?
Last 3 points, and 2 straight communication mishaps there by Eastridge. So Coach Spradlin's probably thinking, should I use my timeout right now or wait?
Right. And again, set Fuller right there. Fuller finally was able to get herself a point right there.
Did paint come up on that one?
No, that was actually, it was in, legitimately in. Didn't hit a line there, but that's good to see her getting herself some confidence right there. She's been struggling. She's been getting blocked a lot, and she finally was able to get one over. Now, we know how deadly she can be serving the ball. She does a really good job. She's got that weird turn, you know, that hit, looks like that hip drops and arm drops, and she's got that good spin.
And number 13, Kelsey Fuller, serving for Eastridge, and she has that little bounce, run up, and knock it over the net.
Right, and that just, look at Eastridge over there. As you can see, miscommunication right there. There's your timeout. We had a feeling this would happen.
I knew Eastridge, which they still are in the game, and the score right now is 11-10 early on into the second game. And Eastridge just had too many communication errors for Coach Spradlin to like, and he decided to call timeout. And you see Colonel Maynard taking his players all the way over, away from the crowd.
Right, there's no hawk's nest over there, as you can see, so he's just trying to do his best. I think that's something they've always done. Maybe it's like a ritual. Maybe he's very superstitious. We've been talking baseball a few minutes ago.
And he used to coach baseball for Allen Central.
Okay.
A little superstition going on.
Yep.
2 old baseball coaches who now coach volleyball.
It's weird. You go from guy sports to girl sports. Usually it's the opposite way. Usually you'll coach a girl sport just to get comfortable, you know, get yourself, okay, this is what I want to do, how I want to establish things. Then you go to the boys' side. But here we have an opposite on both sides. You don't see that much.
And now with the pose out and things like that, several companies saying that volleyball is the #1 sport in Kentucky high school athletics among girls. You see a lot of coaches get more interested in volleyball. You see a lot more teams forming, and it's something we like seeing around Eastern Kentucky.
It's a fast, quick game, which people like. They like things, you know, really quick. Oh, she really hit that one. Really deep. I did not catch that. Who hit that ball? Was that number 1?
Number 2, Savannah Looney. 2-0.
Oh, that was Bevins?
Bevins.
Okay. She hit that one awfully deep.
And if we were talking about baseball, you could have said you can put it on the board.
Right. Yeah, you go. Yeah, that's good. That's his White Sox. That's Hawk Harrelson. That's again great hit right there. I believe that was Katie on that one.
Katie
hit that one. So your score now is 13-10. Oh, that was number 1.
Courtney Hodge.
She's mostly the setter. What's she doing out there spiking the ball?
I have no idea, but he gave them a point, and we're going to have to pay more attention to these numbers.
Yes. We're sorry, Wayne. We're trying our best.
Ooh, freebie there. Did it go out?
He calls it in. Mr. Dingus over there called that ball in, so that is 14-10 right now, Allen Central.
And the chair official, Pete Runyon, trustees officials, and I do believe that was the correct call.
Yes, I think you're correct. So you have 14-10, Allen Central. They made a really good run right here. And spike up looks like Looney. Great spot. Great spot to hit that ball.
Shane Elliott tried to dig
effort.
it out, but it kind of went to the stands instead of staying around the court.
Those things happen. That's just a great hit by Eastridge, by Looney. It was just a great spot. So your score now is 14-11, Allen Central.
And Eastridge to serve is number 7, Becky Clark, who is a senior, one of the 4 seniors for Eastridge.
Okay, I think we talked about it last night. We didn't have, their classes, what they were, juniors or seniors or anything like that. So we thought Eastridge was really young from what we thought last night, but now we can see they have 4 seniors.
4 seniors. And, we also find out that on Allen Central's roster, they have 8 freshmen.
They have 8 freshmen.
8 freshmen.
Wow.
So the future looks bright for Allen Central.
Very bright.
The present looks pretty bright for Allen Central.
All right, you never know. Sierra Jones with the serve. It looks like Eastridge is struggling right now.
Communication problems. And I think they're trying to do too much right now.
Right.
They just need to play their game.
Set up from Tank. Great block by Katie right there.
And you see the emotion from Miss Katie Kendrick for Allen Central. She is one of the leaders for Allen Central, and she is a freshman.
And that's a pretty scary thing to think about that for the opposing teams for the next 3 years.
Next 3 years.
So Sierra Jones with the serve, 16-11, Allen Central. Again, you can see it hit the net. There's nothing wrong with that. It can happen.
And there's another free ball. And Allen Central's getting a lot of opportunities with all the free balls.
Oh, great block. That was
block.
Yes, but
15 and number 20.
Yeah, that's Tackett and Bevins right there, which is a great block. That came straight down, too.
And their hand placement, their body placement was really good on that. They kept the ball in bounds.
So your score now is 16-12. Allen Central, excuse me.
And Eastridge back to serve is number 20, who would be Bevins.
He said that looked like a push right there, but it was a no call. To me, it looked like Courtney right there decided she was going to push that ball a little deep, but it wasn't called, so you take that to your advantage.
And from the official's point of view, this is the 15th Region Championship. Do you call it any different?
No, you don't. You don't. You just, in a sense, you want to let them play, but you want to make sure you get the right calls correct. So it looked like one of those was just a little bit of a...
And we have a timeout here by Eastridge.
Which, at a timeout in this situation, they called a timeout a few plays ago. It's one of those things that says, hey, let's get this under control. We're getting ourselves back. We're making some great plays, but we need to make a big play and not have those mental errors.
And we look at Allen Central. All the team members are gathered in the corner beside their coach, listening to the instructions. Over here, Eastridge is on the court as well. However, it's only the starters out on the floor.
Right, and as we look around again, I think I found Mr. Bacon again. Do you see him up there in the stands over there? I think you can definitely see the Bacon. He's over there on the left-hand side. If you look over there, it says section A. You can see Mr. Bacon over there.
And
I don't know, where'd you say?
beside him, two-tone paint on the face.
Right, yeah, two-tone paint. Those must be true fans, as we can see. I've never seen a piece of bacon before as a Halloween costume.
3 people in the stands, BLT. That's all I'm thinking about,
That's
BLT.
Right. Actually sounds good.
And as long as you don't put mayonnaise on that, you're okay with me.
Absolutely correct.
You're okay with me.
So your score is 17-12, Allen Central. Again, Eastridge has called their second and final timeout of this game. And this is game number 2. I believe that was Courtney with the serve right there. And set up by Bevins, set for Tackett. Came down authority, but just a great recovery right there.
And Allen Central's playing really great defense right now. They're tightening up the ship a little bit.
And Looney, Fuller with the mistake, but you can capitalize on that. And again, it's a free ball, yes. But those things happen, and her teammates picked her up. There she goes, right there with the great recovery.
And we're seeing a good little rally right here.
Yes. Look like Courtney with the setup to Rachel, Katie Kendrick.
And you see Moore and Kendrick both jump as they're going to attack the ball. So that may have threw Eastridge off a little bit.
Right, it may have, because again, when you see that happen, you're looking at both players, and they almost looked identical. What are those called when those swimmers are in the pool and they do the same thing at the exact same time?
Synchronized swimming?
Yeah, I think they're synchronized volleyball players.
And Katie would attempt to block, however, it fell at her feet again, and Eastridge gets the point, and they're trailing right now 18-13 in the second game.
Right. And I believe Looney's back to serve. That's a close shot to the net, but it looks like Allen Central's going to have, in a sense, did not clear it after 3 hits.
And if I'm not mistaken, they had all 6 players above the 10-foot line, which the libero is supposed to stay behind the 10-foot line or 15-foot line.
No, they just can't leave their feet. I think they can go up above it. They just cannot leave their feet to make a play.
Thank you for helping me with the rules of the game.
No problem.
And there's a free ball again by Eastridge.
Right.
So let's see what Katie Kendrick does.
Again, for her to be just a freshman, she hits it just as hard as Tackett from Eastridge,
who is a junior.
So I think those two are going to have a pretty good camaraderie, a good rivalry against each other for next year, especially too.
And watching all 12 of these players, you can see some will go to the next level and hopefully play college.
Right. Great
athletics.
save right there by Courtney. That's just a great recovery right there.
A set up for.
And see, now you can play this. You can play this. This is live because it hits up there. It's still considered in the field of play. And look at what a break by Rachel Moore right there, just trying to make a trickery play, but being safe. And Allen Central did capitalize that. We saw that ball hit up there. You thought that other ball was
for a little bit.
Right. That is live. If it hits anywhere on those rafters after the ball's been hit, you have to play it. because it's just straight up. Now, if it goes out to the side and goes into bleachers, then it's dead.
And
But if it goes straight up there, you play it. That's a live ball.
And I do believe Eastridge thought that that would be called dead. However, you can't be sleeping on that play.
No, you have to always be alert. And Allen Central just did a great job with that.
Play to the whistle, and they're over pursuing right now, Eastridge is.
Yes, they are.
Trying to overcompensate, and they're a little bit out of their game right now.
Right.
And
tack it with the spike. I don't think they really wanted her to hit that, but you never know. She's made some good plays and a little trickery right there, but Fuller with a great recovery. Hit the tack it.
Good save by Courtney Hodge, 15th Region Player of the Year.
Oh, wow.
The net is kind to Allen Central.
Right, very kind, but it's also helping Eastridge, too. They've had the last couple plays that have hit it. Oh, that's just a good those are called what's called a dink. They just basically just tap it, and it floats over the net, and what it does is it passes the defenders up. That's just a great play right there by Rachel Moore.
And number 5, Rachel Moore, I have her listed as a junior.
So she's coming back next year. So
she will return next year.
And so Allen Central does have some of their big-time players coming back.
They do. I think they only lose Hodge,
right? Great block,
Hackett, and Sierra Jones.
And that was just a single block by Lakin right there. And that ball would be out by Fuller. We haven't called her name as much tonight as we did last night. So now your score is 22-14, Allen Central.
And back to serve is the freshman who has got a lot of talking right now, is Katie Kendrick.
Right. And the setup by Bevins right there to Fuller. That's the only choice she had was hitting the ball like that.
That's a free ball. Let's see what Rachel Moore does with it.
Straight down, between both blockers, Tackett and Coleman right there for Eastridge. So your score now is 23-14, Allen Central.
With a commanding lead, and Eastridge is out of timeouts right now. So Coach Spradlin's like, I wish I had another one.
Right, and he just kind of just sitting there real quiet saying, all right, if we can get this game over with, we still have 3 more games to get an opportunity.
And we've seen in this tournament, Eastridge don't quit.
Right,
and just like that, they received that point, so they're back on the board.
And again, this is a game about momentum. You know, they can come back and score 8 straight points. We have definitely seen this happen before. They did it in the first game, and they did it last night, too, against Betsy Lane. So, you know, there's no deadness in them. They are ready to play, no matter what the situation. Miscommunication right there, and I think she threw the knuckleball right there at him.
You see the Coach Maynard getting up on the floor and trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah, he definitely found out what's going on because we saw him yell at that point in time right there.
I think the voice raised just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. You can kind of see in his shoulders.
Net violation on number 13.
So that would be Fuller right there on the net violation. So that puts your score 24-16, Allen Central. This is game point for Allen Central.
And you see Allen Central fans up on their feet. I think throughout the year they've been up on their feet more times than sitting down.
Right, I think they have too. And it's set up by, it looks like Looney with the tip spike and just hit it in the right spot.
Back row attack, and it does work. It's effective sometimes.
Right. So right now, again, your score is still 24-17. Eastridge with the serve now, trying to get themselves some momentum. You know, this game's not over. 8 points, yes, is a lot in volleyball, but they can still get this to happen.
Eastridge subbed Tristan Miller in just to serve.
Right.
And look, it went out of bounds.
And as you see again, there's 2 straight points for Eastridge. So, like we said, the game's never over. All right, you can keep this game going. It's all about what you want.
And Tristan Miller back to serve, and she puts her back to the bench, thinking about what she's going to do, I do believe.
And look at. That's 3 straight. I bet Colonel Maynard calls a timeout or he's just going to scream. But notice what Allen Central did. They huddled up. They talked about it, said, hey, let's go. We still have plenty of gap away. We still have plenty of a lead to get this back and going.
And Coach Maynard's thinking, we need to save some of this energy.
Right.
And
as you see that block landed out. So that gives Allen Central the win. And for game 2, the score was 25-19, Allen Central. Winner to game 2. Allen Central goes up 2-0. And we will be right back on Intermountain Sports for game 3.
These days, our home's also our office.
With Gearhart broadband speeds up to 1 gig and Plume whole home Wi-Fi, you can do your best work from home. Contact Gearhart broadband today for fast, reliable internet and Wi-Fi.
Dreaming of watching what you want, when you want, where you want? Stop dreaming and start streaming with Gearhart TV. Watch hundreds of choices on many devices with cloud DVR, plus great viewing features. Get in touch now to sign up.
Gearhart Broadband knows reliable internet is more important than ever. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program to get significant savings on broadband internet. Learn more now at imctv.com.
Now, welcome back to Pike County Central, where we are looking at bacon right now, which we have talked about several times during the game. A great fan showing great sportsmanship, not really yelling out at the crowd or at the fans and the other team, but it's good school spirit seeing.
Absolutely. I think, Ricky, you look good if you were a piece of bacon right there. What do you think? It looks good. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And hey, look at him. I think he's trying to pick himself up a date over there. I don't know, maybe.
I have no idea.
Maybe that's what it takes. You know, you just got to wear a weird costume. Get yourself noticed, and that attracts the women. Maybe who knows? You know, we don't know these things.
Hey, it wouldn't cost anything for supper because he's wearing it.
Right, and as Wayne said, everybody loves bacon, and I think that's the truth.
And he has made an exit, and we're ready now for Game 3 of the 15th Region Championship with Allen Central with a 2-0 lead.
Right, and comes out and scores right there. Sierra Jones just came down, put the hammer down to start the tone. But we saw this in Game 1. Allen Central came out, scored 4 straight points, 5 straight points, and East Ridge came right back. So, again, you never know what can happen here.
And they are battling, and there's no quit in this East Ridge Lady Warriors team. But also Allen Central, they are expecting.
They finally called a push right there. That is what's called a lift. She hit it twice. That was one of those things where her hands came down over top of the ball. They call that a double hit.
And besides the net calls, which was made by the floor official, that's the first double hit or carry or
that we've seen.
Lift that we've seen all night.
Absolutely correct. And again, maybe just the experience, the way these girls are, the way both these teams are, they're just that good in a sense on knowing what the game is.
And fundamentals are so well.
Right. Except for that play right there, I think Rachel Moore kind of put Katie too close to the net right there on that set.
And they need to be careful with that net. It's a regulation net, and it's wound pretty tight, as you would know. And somebody's going to get clotheslined if they're not careful.
And that ball looked like it was a knuckleball by Bevins right there. That is our first ace of the night, I believe.
First ace and perfect placement.
Right. And it looks like Coach Maynard is taking them to the Hawk's Nest over there. Quick timeout, real quick. Did he call one last game? I don't think he did.
Yes, I believe he called one. Similar to that, they lost the point, which is an unforced error. That's an ace. Shouldn't happen in high school volleyball when you're competing to try to go to the state tournament.
Right. But again, you're going to have those things happen. It's part of the game. It's just like when you dribbling down the floor and the ball just accidentally kicks off your foot or kicks off your leg. Those things happen. We got to remember, they are just 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, out there playing. So it makes a difference. Some of them could be 13. We never know. We do have 8th graders or 7th graders that do play sometimes.
And they are all student athletes. And people need to remember, student comes before athlete at all times.
Absolutely correct. And a lot of people do not believe that to be true. They think, oh, I'm just an athlete. I can get away with stuff. No, and you and I both know, we're both teachers. We know we don't treat them any different in the classroom just because they're an athlete.
Academics is a high priority. And especially all these student athletes are looking to go to the next level to play college.
Absolutely.
But they're all going after an education.
Right, yes, that's where you got there first. And you see set up by Katie Kendrick. Good tip, good block by Tackett and Coleman right there for East Ridge. And you see a free ball, but that's just a great placement. That's just a real good placement right there. She recognized the defense was coming up. She said, okay, instead of me hitting it short, I'm going to hit it deep this time and try to make an adjustment. And like what they did. We talked about this last night, too. Points after timeouts.
Yes.
That is gone opposite for both teams.
If you recall the last game, Miss Tackett tried to do that last game and it went out of bounds.
Right.
And this time she got it in.
Right.
So she has a good game plan. It's execution.
Right, and that's just a great block right there by Tackett. But just a bad miscommunication.
Went left of the candy cane.
Right. Got to keep it inside the candy canes. It's hard to believe. Christmas is just right around the corner.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year to you, too. So your score now is 14-2, Allen Central. Sierra Jones with the serve. Good recovery by Fuller right there. And again, you hear a free call right there in that situation.
Let's see what Allen
Courtney
does.
set it up for Katie Kendrick. Ooh, I think that hit her right in the face.
Ooh.
That was Bevins right there for East Ridge. Yes, it hit her somewhere close to her face.
Took one for the team.
That hurts. That hurts.
In baseball, if you take one for the team, you get to take a base.
Right.
You lose the point there.
Here you just bite your tongue and make the next play.
Don't rub it.
Yeah, that's right. Don't rub it.
And back to serve is Sierra Jones.
And that's still in. Right there, set up right there. And just a bad hit by Tech. I think that had a factor with Bevins right there. She's still shaking up a little bit. You can see it on her face. And Coach is asking her right there. Coach, what did you say? It was Coach Bradley. That's right. He had a good question on that one.
And her cheek looks a little rosy right now.
Right.
So she's a little bit hesitant.
Right, but a good recovery right there by Bevins. Sets it up.
She knew she was close to the net, so she
good
just had
dig
to punch
right
it
there
over.
by Fuller. And it looked like Tackett right there with the hit, but a great recovery right there. I think it was Lake and Tackett on that one for Allen Central.
And right now, Allen Central is just attacking.
Yes.
Applying the pressure each time they get a chance.
Right. And again, they're going up with doubles. That would be out.
Out of bounds. Just a little bit high by number 2, I believe. That would be Sarah Greenrod.
Oh, Sarah Greenrod, okay.
For Allen Central.
Yeah, Looney's for Eastridge.
And that's the first time we called Miss Greenrod's name.
I think she plays a lot of front row. She rotates with somebody. We're not exactly who. She is, again, miscommunication right there, just a bad body placement.
And right now, Eastridge is with the early 6-4 lead.
And again, it's still real early in this game. We have seen these ladies have many different lead changes the way the game has been going.
And
so set up for I'm telling you, she's going to be a really, really good player for Allen Central and, possibly at the next level. She has the capability, that's for sure. That's Katie Kendrick with another kill.
And after this game concludes, we will crown a regional champion, not after this game, but according to how many games it goes. So it'll be interesting to see who's on the all-tournament team. I would say both teams will be represented very well.
Right, they'll be represented very well. And that was Rachel Moore right there with another kill to tie the score at 6-6 right now. So these things, again, we talk about a lot about momentum and changing those sort of things. It's one of these games that 1 point, 2 points does play a huge factor. It will make a big difference.
And we see Eastridge with a set.
And just set it up for Tackett. They're going back to their ace. In a sense, kind of like your best pitcher in baseball.
AKA the Lick Creek Missile. And I hope that name sticks.
Yeah, hopefully it does. You're from that area, so it's one of those things that do happen.
Rachel Moore with a spike.
Right,
there
but a good recovery by
Central.
Looney. Good save. And double block. They're going to call somebody in the net.
We'll call Eastridge.
Nope, they called number 13. That was Fuller. They called her on the line, I believe is what they called in that situation.
We saw 3 people at the net, 2 from Allen Central, 1 from Eastridge, but Eastridge made the violation. They stepped over the net.
So your score is 7-7 right now, tied up. We had this before.
A little trickery there.
Right.
And the set kind of went too close to the net there for Allen Central.
Right, and you can hear it. You can definitely hear a lot of communication. I think that was Coleman's first attempt.
Allen's first attempt, and she was a little bit further back from the net than she originally wanted to be.
Right. And then again, your score right now will be Allen Central 8, Eastridge 7.
And serving for Allen Central was Katie
right
Kendrick.
there. Right. And again, that's just a great placement. That was out. Yes, good call. Good call over there. That ball was out, did not clear. So again, a lot of lead changes, a lot of ties right now. We had this a lot in the first game. When Allen Central got up by 6 or 7, Eastridge made that great comeback, and this is how that game was. I have a feeling it's going to be close this whole game on games number 3.
And Coach Spradlin subbed in Trista Miller, and they kind of huddled up. It's like the coach told her to instruct the team to do something instead of wasting the timeout.
Right, right. So as you can see again right here, Allen Central on the attack, just got the ball over, just getting ready to play some defense
Back
here.
row attack
Setting
by
up for
Deshae
Fuller.
Elliott.
Again, you haven't heard her name a whole lot with a lot of kills. But
Ooh! Oh, we okay?
I think we are. It's one of those effort
plays. They're not leaving nothing to chance.
Nope, and you can't in this game. This is it. Loser goes home, winner moves on to the state. So it's one of those things that you have to win to keep going.
And back to serve is the serving specialist, Tristan
Miller. And that was in. That knuckleball came straight down right on that line.
Second ace of the game for Eastridge.
Yep.
And the first time they had an ace, it was a quick timeout. But Allen Central only has 1 more timeout because in volleyball, you're only allowed 2 timeouts per game.
Right. So, again, you have the serve by Eastridge right there. That knuckleball is playing a factor, yeah. Maybe called a singer. That was definitely a push that they did not call. as you can see. Looked like could have been a carry, too.
Use it, don't abuse it.
Yep. Well, that's just a good recovery right there. Good save. Let's see if it goes up.
Oh!
That could have been bad. If those two would have hit, I think you and I would both been running out there because we are CPR and first aid trained, so we'd have to go run out there and help them.
It's in our job duties.
So as you can see, the score now is 10-9. I believe it's still East Ridge's lead.
And back to serve for Allen Central was Deshae Elliott.
Right. Set up, that would be Williams, Jessica Williams, I believe, is the name. Yep, they're going to call a lift on that one.
No, double hit.
Double hit on that one. Basically, a lift, same thing. Yeah, they're very the same thing. What happened was she just had too much of a tilt on it, and the ball fell basically in her hands, and they call it a double hit or a lift. Basically the same call. So your score is 11-9. East Ridge with Fuller serving. And Lake and Taggett, good block right there. Good block by Jessica Williams, but again, the block has to go over the net, or someone has to recover it.
And with Allen Central, they're having 3 individuals jump, and it's throwing East Ridge defense off just a little bit.
Right. And Rachel Moore, I believe, with the serve. Setting up for Looney, just a great hit. Saw a wide opening. We didn't see an attack block. We saw an attack, but we didn't see any blocks on that one. Kind of looked like they did one of those fakes. So that leaves your score right now. East Ridge 12, Allen Central 10. But we saw this in game 2. East Ridge came out, had to lead the majority of the game to about 15 points. And then they just went downhill from there. Allen Central went on an 8 or 9-0 run.
And the East Ridge serving, it's number 7, Becky Clark.
Ooh, she put the power down on that one. But the libero, there's a reason why she has a different color. She is a defensive person, and she has been playing very, very well. And that is Becky Clark.
Good block by number 20, I do believe, Lauren Bevins. But I think she had a little assistance there with number 2, Savannah Looney. I think they were double blocking that time.
Right, I believe you are correct. So your score 13-10, East Ridge.
And even though Allen Central leads 2 games to nothing, East Ridge is still fighting.
Right, as you can see, Allen Central with a big kill right there. I believe that was Sierra Jones to make your score now 13-11, Allen Central. And you can see Coach Maynard coming out there and says, see, why can't you do this all the time? It makes it a lot easier.
And we got the southpaw.
Lake and Tackett, I believe, with the serve.
And
set up for Tackett. He just hit it out right there. Here's again. This is what happened last game with East Ridge. They got up early, and then they just kind of started slacking off, falling off, mental errors, those sort of things. And that's how Allen Central made their big run.
And that attack looked a little bit like my golf game when I'm trying to drive the ball. A little slice there.
We won't want to talk about your golf game. We've seen you play.
And I am the southpaw.
Yeah. So again, you have a setup right there for Tackett. A great block by Katie Kendrick. And I don't know about you, but if she keeps playing the way that she's been playing, I think she's the 15th region MVP of this tournament.
I do believe you will be correct in that estimation. And Allen Central is coming back to tie this game at 13-all.
Yes. I see a good save right there. It's set up for Looney. We've seen Looney's. Guess who that block was again?
Katie Kendrick.
Right. I think East Ridge getting ready to call a timeout. If Allen Central scores here, I think Coach Bradley, he's definitely going to call a timeout.
I think the momentum has shifted just a little bit to Allen Central. And you don't want to get too far behind this Allen Central because they know how to close games out.
Absolutely correct. They do. They've been here before. One of those things, experience always plays a huge factor. And you see you're going to have a free ball here, but that's just a great placement by Bevins. We haven't heard her name a lot either going up for spikes, and she just made a great play. Hopefully this gives her some more confidence after she had that incident where she got hit in the face earlier.
Yes, and subbing in for East Ridge is number 30, Allison Common, in for number 1, Tristan Miller.
So your score now is all tied up. Allen Central 14, East Ridge 14.
And a little bit close to the net, but
a great recovery by Looney right there. It's a great dig save.
Here's a set by Allen Central. Who's going up with
Sierra Jones, but that ball is out. That is deep.
And we talked about that last night. A couple of teams, Betsy Lane and Pikeville, had great opportunities, but they seemed like they did not snap the ball down.
Right, they didn't come follow through with that. But we also seen it too where they would come down through it and their hands would hit the net.
So we're seeing a little.
And that is a good block right there by Tackett Coleman. That was the Tackett Coleman right there with the good block. And again, it doesn't matter how hard you. I found Mr. Bacon again. He's moved to the center of the court. Look at him. Now he's trying to talk to some older gentlemen, maybe trying to find some information. Out. I don't know. There he went to sit down.
Okay. And he he decided to remove the crispy part.
Oh, yeah, maybe he got rid of the crispy part. Maybe he was hungry, so he started eating himself. Great block by Tackett, or great hit
Out of
right
bounds.
there. So, again, as you see, Allen Central slacking off a little. They went on a 3-0 run. Now Eastridge has gone on a 3-0 run to make your score 17-14.
With Eastridge on top. And there is no quit in either of these teams.
No,
tonight.
even though Eastridge is down 0-2, that doesn't mean anything. Sierra Jones would say,
Good save by
Yeah.
Becky Clark.
She's been playing phenomenal defense today. Katie Kendrick, I'm telling you, if I had to pick an MVP, if Allen Central does win this, that's the MVP, Katie Kendrick, for sure. She's been playing phenomenal.
And it's not just this game.
No.
Last night and Monday night as well. She has played a phenomenal
Yeah, she's
tournament.
had a great tournament. So your score is 17-15, Eastridge.
And back to set the ball,
You see
Becky
you're
Clark.
free.
We got
But again,
free.
notice it was deep. Allen Central almost miscued on that one. And a great block by Tackett, just did not go where she wanted to be.
And Allen Central was lucky on that. On the pass, it went a little off key. Still, Katie Kendrick attacked the ball.
Right, so your score now is 17-16, Eastridge.
And
I think it's going to come down real quick by Allen Central. Yep. Tough
Two
play,
hits.
but it's still good. Everything's still good. Yep. Like he wanted a lift. I know Eastridge wanted a lift call, but I don't know about you, but it seems like the ball will always make the right call in a sense after a play like that. It seems like those things happen. You know, even if they replay it or whatever, they say let the ball play it.
Pick up basketball.
Right.
If you don't have an official, somebody says out of bounds, we're going to shoot for it.
That's
ball
right.
does not lie.
That's right. Ball never lies. So your score now is 18-16. Excuse me, now 19-16. Eastridge. Eastridge is going on these real short runs, scoring 2 or 3 points at a pop. And Allen Central just cannot recover it this game.
Back serving is Looney again. She's still keeping that serve. As long as Eastridge scores points, she'll serve all night long.
Absolutely. She keeps serving. So now your score is 19-16 Eastridge.
And we got a little
nope, it's 20 now.
20-16.
Okay.
We see the floor official making sure the official book has that correct.
Right. We've had a little problems with the scoreboard here. Maybe we need to help us out. That's the only way we know the score.
We're not keeping score. If you're keeping score at home, you can give us a call and see what mistakes we're making.
But Allen Central right there with a good, just a miscue by Eastridge. So now your score is 20-17.
And I pointed a fan in the stands. See the red long sleeve gentleman down there?
Yes, I do.
Hey, love the hair. Love the hair. So we see fans representing their school well.
Tackett with this great spike. Yes, that was tipped. And it looks like when they do that T, it's almost like a T formation. Their hands actually behind each other. What they do, they swipe their hand up. That means they take the right hand or the left hand. They swipe it up. That means the ball has been tipped. And a lot of you may not know what that call is. It's just nothing. You don't see it in any sport.
Now, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. Most line judges usually have a red flag.
Right.
And we are not seeing them carry red flags. I don't know if that's something new.
No, they had them last. That's just a great hit right there. They had them last night. I don't know where they're at. I heard them talking about it earlier or wondering where it could be. Katie Kendrick with another kill right there. Give the score now 21-18. See if Allen Central can make a run because they need to. If they don't, we're going to game 4.
Going to game 4, but Katie Kendrick with a nice kill, and now she is back to serve. So let's see if that momentum, the emotion she shows on her face, let's see if she can carry it in and make more points.
Nope, just a mental mistake. You could see it from the toss. The way she came up to swing, it was just going to be one of those short situations.
And I build that story up so well, and just an unforced error, and we have a timeout by Allen Central with Eastridge leading at this point 22-18. So Allen Central has used their second and final timeout, and Eastridge is 3 points from making us go to the 4th game. And it's been a terrific game so far. As we know, Allen Central is up 2-0. However, don't sell Eastridge short.
Right, absolutely. Don't sell Eastridge short. As you can see by the way this game is going, Allen Central tried to call a timeout just to calm the nerves and say, hey, you know, even if we do happen to lose this game, we have another game in our hands. But this could be a big momentum change for Eastridge, meaning they win this game, they have all kinds of confidence in themselves. Say, hey, we're going to game 4. And after game 4, again, if you go to game 5, you only play to 15, and that's it. There is no 25 points. So the first team to 15 is the winner.
And still in game 5, you have to win by 2 points. However, you're only going to 15, and you still get the 2 timeouts. So it's just a little different than thinking about like overtimes and things like that in other sports.
Right.
And essentially, that 5th game is their overtime game.
Right. I think this is the first time all night we've actually seen a timeout. The team that called the timeout scored a point. So now it's 22-19 Eastridge. And you see Katie Kendrick, she is in the back row right now. So this may play a factor with Allen Central. You know, you never know how this is going to work out.
And she does look a little exhausted right now from all the attempts she's getting, but she's going to go, nope, she's not going to go back
right
again.
Sierra Jones. But Eastridge does not have Tackett in the game, so this could be, you know, a momentum swing for Allen Central here. And you see Leighton Tackett right there. I think that left-handed spike, or kill, as you should call it, that kill makes a big difference when someone goes up there swinging left hand, because we don't see a lot of lefties out here tonight. There's
Lakin, I believe, is the only, I know Eastridge has one.
I believe Bevins is the left-hander for Eastridge. So you can see set it up to Fuller, who's been struggling, but just a great recovery.
Good recovery.
By guess who? Katie Kendrick.
She is everywhere tonight, and there's a free chance.
Yep, free chance, and just a miscue by Allen Central right there.
Eastridge was lucky on that point, and they take the 23-20 lead. They are 2 points from forcing a game 4.
Right. So you see now, here's probably Eastridge's best server, Fuller, back there serving. She served a straight knuckleball.
And that looked like a lift, but it was not called.
No, it was not called. So you can see now they're setting up Looney with the spike tempo, but just a great recovery right there.
Nice set.
Oh,
short.
just a miscued right there. It's a bad situation. So your score now, 24-20 Eastridge. Game point for Eastridge.
And Eastridge had several game points in that first game, but they never could get over that hump.
Right. Let's see what they do here. Fuller with the serve.
A little bit long.
Right, deep serve, but it would have been in. So now you see a set going up for Looney right here. She's been playing well tonight. Just a great recovery.
And you see no nerves on Allen Central.
No, you don't.
They're relaxed.
Yep.
And they've been here before.
Right. They have been here before, and they've been in this situation. So Sierra Jones with a deep hit. Fuller with a good recovery right there.
And
Looney
communication is very key in this rally.
Right. And he get a great block right there. I believe that was Jessica Williams, and then number 20, Bevins. Set up right there, setting up for Sierra Jones with the spike, and just hit it in a great spot. And did you see the emotion she let out after that kill right there? Wow. You think she's fired up?
Her and Katie both. When they get a point, they let everybody in the gym know.
Absolutely. And this is one of those sports that are thrived off adrenaline and momentum. So your score now is 24-21, Eastridge still.
And Eastridge still with the game point. If they score 1 point, they win game 3.
Right, and let's see how they do it. Bevins with the there. There it is. Big momentum change for Eastridge, as you can see. So Eastridge wins game 3, 25-21. So that puts Allen Central 2 games, Eastridge 1. And we will be back with game 4 on Intermountain Sports.
Smart Home Security provides you peace of mind by giving you access to your home cameras and connected devices from anywhere with one easy-to-use app. Stop worrying and upgrade to a smart home with Gearhart Security, and rest easy knowing you're always covered with 24/7 professional monitoring.
Video gaming is a great way for families to have fun together. And Gearhart's fiber-fast internet and whole home Wi-Fi is a game changer. Contact Gearhart Broadband and level up to game-changing internet and Wi-Fi today.
Dreaming of watching what you want, when you want, where you want? Stop dreaming and start streaming with Gearhart TV. Watch hundreds of choices on many devices with Cloud DVR, plus great viewing features. Get in touch now to sign up.
Gearhart Broadband knows reliable internet is more important than ever. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program to get significant savings on broadband internet. Learn more now at imctv.com.
And we're back for game 4 of this 15th Region Championship game, where Eastridge came away with the win 25-21 in Game 3. So that gives, again, a score of Allen Central 2, Eastridge 1. And, Ricky, we saw a big momentum change with Eastridge right there. They didn't lose the momentum throughout that game. They always had a 2 or 3 point lead, and that helped out tremendously to give them the win in that game, which, you know, could turn the momentum around here.
And the 59th district winners, the Eastridge Lady Warriors, there is no quit on this team. Now,
absolutely
in
not.
the previous years, tournament was best out of 3. You win 2 games, you win a championship.
Right.
Now we're in the best out of 5. You have to win 3 games. So Eastridge is making it an interesting tournament.
Do you know why they did that? Why they decided to do that? Why they changed it from 3 to 5? Or, yeah, from 3 to 5 games?
I think popularity has something to do with it. Plus, when you play best out of 3, you were in the gym probably an hour, and then you were back home.
Oh, okay.
So give the student athletes a little bit more time,
Right.
a little bit more exposure.
Now, don't let this confuse you for scoring those first points. We've had a lot of situations where the team that has scored the first point hasn't won the game, as you can see right there.
Unforced error.
Unforced error. So your score now is 1-1, tied up.
And that's the senior, Becky Clark, made the unforced error. And as a senior, you don't want to be making those errors.
That's true. You just have those situations where those things happen. Sierra Jones with the serve deep. And it sounds like it's going to be a free ball. Tack it with the clear over. And it looks like Courtney with the setup. And, oh, just a great block. I believe that was Bevins right there, which is a great block right there.
The great block on, who was that, number?
I think it was number 2 for Allen
Sarah
Central,
Greenrod.
right?
We've called her name twice.
couple
and
times.
She has got blocked twice.
Right. So your score now is 2-1, Eastridge.
And back to serve, I do believe it's number 20, Lauren Bevins.
Yep. She's at southpaw. She hits
Line
it hard.
drive, and that was in.
She put some fire behind
Did that go
ball.
out and back in?
Who knows? It looked like a knuckleball.
Number 11, Deshae Elliott from
I know
Allen
if you're
Central.
trying to hit that ball, like a baseball, you try to hit that knuckleball that fast, it ain't gonna work.
It's not going to work at all. And Deshae Elliott come to the line, and she thought about it, but she thought it was out, and it went around her.
Right, it came right back in. It just depends, you know, you never know. This ball can be in 1 second, out another. Kind of like when you play golf. You can hit it out of bounds, but the ball is still in the air, still has flight. It will come back.
And we get a good set by Courtney Hodge. And going to try to eliminate the free balls.
That just was a miss hit right there. I believe that was that Looney right there that
Nope,
just
that
missed
was
at
number 2. Number 2, Looney. Yes, you are correct.
I see. I'm getting to know these.
I thought number 20 was Looney for a minute.
Nope, number 20 is Bevan.
And here is
just a
Clark.
miscue. Yep, just a
2 errors in this game 4.
She had that first serving attempt that she hit straight into that, and then that one just didn't get that body in position. But I think fatigue is playing a little factor with both teams here.
And the temperature in the gym is
warm.
Warm, to say the best.
Yes, warm, and that's just a great hit by Tackett. And again, you notice her emotions right there. Her teammates picking her up. You notice that on both sides. Both teams, even though, you know, you may lose a point or whatever, everybody's clapping each other, tapping each other on the back, saying, hey, let's go. We got this. We can make a play.
And in game 3, we saw Eastridge come back and win
Great block
that.
right there by both Tackett and Coleman. So, again, Eastridge making a run here, trying to establish something here to say, hey, I don't care that we lost the first 2 games. They're coming back, and they're trying to, you know, win this whole thing, and it's very possible.
Momentum is definitely in Eastridge's favor.
Absolutely.
And we are seeing a little bit of yelling going on the Allen Central side between the players.
But then look who you have come back and said, hey, I'm back in this game. I'm back in the front row. That was Katie Kendrick right there, coming back and making a big play. Now she's going to serve. So your score is Eastridge 5, Allen Central 4.
The stats we should keep the most included is if you attack and get a kill, do you go back and serve again? Seems like it happens often.
Yes, it seems like it happens a whole bunch of times.
And points out of timeouts.
And again, Fuller blocked again. She's been blocked, but they set her right back up, and she tries a dink, but a great save right there by Rachel Moore.
And she
comes over the spike, but a good recovery by Looney there. And Fuller with a great recovery right there by, that was Courtney. And just tried trickery right there, just get themselves set back up for defense.
And this
great recovery.
Eastridge's time to capitalize because Katie Kendrick's playing the back row.
Right.
So they are trying to attack the ball every time.
Now you see that was called lift. The ball basically got stuck in her arms.
I thought it
and
would be a
stopped.
double dribble because she was bringing it down with her.
Yeah, no, and that was Tackett with a great spike right there. And here's another situation, making a great kill attempt. Now look who's serving, the person that had the kill. So Tackett's back to serve for Eastridge.
Who looks like a genius? We do.
I don't know about that. But as you see again, it's back and forth. A lot of great rallies, a lot of great volleys here. Great
Nice
recovery,
save.
yeah, by Bevins right there. But they're going to call a lift in that situation, I believe. Fuller with a lift. Those things happen.
And the
They're
game
just
is
part of it.
being officiated a little bit tighter than game 1 and game 2.
We've seen a few calls that have not been called in the first 3 games.
So the players are going to have to adjust and that was a double hit.
That was definitely a double hit. That just was a miscue. Try to do a little trickery, hit it behind her head instead of hitting it in front. That, you know, you got to mix things up. You can't make the same play, just like you can't make the same pitch. You can't run the same offense every single time. You have to change things up.
You have to change with the times.
Right.
Ooh.
You see, that could have been bad, but that's good recovery right there. And a real close shot to net, and they're going to call Lakin. They're going to call Lakin tagging in the net, I believe. And she's not happy with the call, but you know what? She's showing great sportsmanship right there, not complaining.
She thought she got away with it.
Yeah, she did, but she did hit it in the net, and you see Coach Maynard over there. He's not complaining one bit. That was a very good call.
Well, he remains seated at this time.
Right.
We would know if he thought the call was unjust or unfair.
Yes, I think he definitely let these officials know. So your score is 7-6 Eastridge. I think that was a miscommunication right there, but it played out to Allen Central's favor. You don't see that a lot, especially in a championship game like this.
Jessica Williams had a golden candy bar there, but she failed to snack on it there.
Right. So your score now is 7-7 with Rachel Moore serving for Allen Central.
And she's turned sideways
Right.
also.
And she had that curveball going around. You can see it by that spin. It looks like a top. You know, it spins really, really hard. And that could make the ball curve a whole lot. Or you can also hit the knuckleball, which makes it spin. So your score now is 8-7 Allen Central. Moore with the serve again.
And she's in that right-hand corner, and
that was complete
miscommunication
right there. Clark and Looney. It looked like those two struggled a little bit.
Looney just cut right in front
or
of Clark.
is that Miller? I'm sorry.
No, Looney.
Is it Looney and Clark? Yes,
Looney
okay.
and Clark.
So your score now 9-7.
It was an expedition for them. Just like Lewis and Clark.
Yeah. You're pretty good at these catch lines, aren't you, Ricky?
Well, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not.
Right, and it looks like Allen Central now is making a big run here. So your score now is 10-7 Allen Central in game number 4.
Eastridge calls their first time out, and that only remains one timeout left for Eastridge, while Allen Central, who are going to the back corner, they still have 2 left.
Yes, they have 2, which, you know, again, you want to save them, but in a sense when you don't need to save them, those things happen. So it's just one of those momentum things. We'll see how Eastridge comes out and decides to play. They have momentum. They have the availability to come out and play well. We saw that last game. You know, it doesn't matter being down 2-0 like we talked about earlier with your, you know, we talked about this last night when your Reds, they were up 2-0, and I know you're shaking your head over there. I can see you. But, hey.
No comment.
2-0 doesn't mean anything. They can come back and win 3 straight. Yeah, anything is possible.
And for people to understand, Pike Central is a 60th district team, and we are playing at Pike Central. They have been gracious enough to host, doing a great job. Tournament manager Eugene Lyons, Principal David Rowe, they have done a wonderful job. However, we got a team from the 58th and a team from the 59th. So there's no 60th district team represented right now.
And it looked like Clark with another miss hit right there, but a good recovery by her teammates from Eastridge. Set up for Sierra Jones. I think that was a complete miss hit. I think she didn't want it. She hit that off her fingers. Looks like she's holding her hand a little bit. I know that hurt. I had to have hurt because she was coming down to put the hammer on. She actually mishit it, but it played to her advantage. So that score makes it 11-7. Allen Central. Moore still serving. Change it up. You notice that? Instead of hitting that spinner, she hit the knuckleball that time. That will be.
And just a little bit outside.
Moore keeps serving. When your team keeps scoring points, you keep serving. She can keep serving. She can score. If they score 13 straight points, she can keep serving as long as they keep scoring points.
And Allen Central right now with a 5-point lead.
Again, it looks like Eastridge is having a little bit of a miscue. not being so sharp. That's what she wanted to do, but just a great recovery right there by Looney.
Ooh.
Bevins with the lefty hit. It's just a great spot right there. That was number 6, Jessica Williams, I believe.
Making up for her mishap earlier on in the game.
So again, this game's it's all about momentum. You know, who's playing what, who's doing what at the right time.
Number 13, Kelsey Fuller, back to serve for Eastridge.
And that is Eastridge's go-to server. That's the one, as you can see right there. That is not an ace. That is just a misplay by Katie Kendrick. Those things happen.
Good call, Brian, on that.
Yep. Ace, again, we talked about this last night, but an ace cannot be touched. So that leaves your score 12-9, Allen Central, here in the 4th game.
Fuller remains
straight
serving.
knuckleball. Do you see that thing come straight down? You got to teach me how to do that, Kelsey. That's pretty good.
And I think she needs to teach some of her teammates as well. And Allen Central would like to be on that practice as well.
Oh, absolutely. Great save right there by Kelsey.
Little bump set there.
Another good recovery. That 11, Jessica Williams right there.
That's fly ball.
Oh, almost communication problem by Allen Central, but Sierra thought they won that play, but it's not over yet. And that is in. Yes. That hit the line. That is in. Good call.
Watch out for little children. And fans, remember, objects do fly into the stands on this game.
Yes, in this game, that ball will find you somehow, some way. So always make sure you're on your toes. So that counts your score 12-10. Allen Central still, but Eastridge is making a valiant comeback.
And Kelsey still remains serving, which Eastridge loves that because she is their best and go-to server.
Yes, she is. She's the one that has scored a lot of points. She did that last night. She also has done that tonight.
And the sets are not going the way
that's a double hit right there. Yes, Sierra Jones is the double hit. Once you hit it, even if it hits the net, you are not allowed to hit it again. You're only allowed to hit the ball one time. So that puts your score now 11-12. Allen Central still, but Eastridge has made a good comeback after the timeout was called.
Down 5, and as of right now, they're down 1. So a 4-0 run for Eastridge right now.
Right, Courtney with the set. They'll change it up a little bit. Lake and tackle
nice
with
recovery.
Yes, it was blocked by Jessica Williams. Looked like Looney.
No quit in both of these teams as of right now. And we see a nice attack by Eastridge. And here's the set by Allen Central and a kill.
Sierra Jones, I believe, that kill. Sorry about that, Ricky. I got this tickle in my throat. I can't get it out of there. That frog must be stuck in there. I can't get him out.
Well, as long as you get it.
I'm trying my best.
I've tried to cover as best I can.
So your score is 13-11, Allen Central. Big point right there by Allen Central.
Just to help the momentum.
They're going to call, I think number 1, is that
Trista
Miller? She was hit the line right there.
And she usually don't play the front row. She's usually in the back row.
Is she? I thought she was the one that was usually the setter for Eastridge.
I could be mistaken.
No, like I said, I'm just trying to make a keen observation just to try to help you out. But you could be right.
Greatly.
You could be right. There's a big block by Katie Kendrick. As you can see, she's back on the front row, which can play a huge advantage to Allen Central. And I'm sure they'll try to set her
double
every time.
hit. And
Ricky, we haven't seen these calls until right now.
The game is tightening up, official-wise.
Now, as a former coach, do you enjoy that?
No, I wish sometimes if you're going to start the game, finish it the same way.
Right, I agree with you 100%.
Because players, it's hard to adjust in game.
Ooh, Allen Central with a lift right there. It could have been, but again, you don't see a complaint on the floor. Allen Central has very good sportsmanship.
And we are seeing calls that are the correct call. However, they were not called earlier.
Right.
And Eastridge building momentum. Number 15, Cassidy Tackett, a.k.a. the Lick Creek Missile, getting that in again. She comes by. Last game we talked about if Allen Central won this tournament, the MVP would probably be Katie.
Right.
For Eastridge, you would have to go with number 15, Cassidy Tackett. And Eastridge is building momentum, and they are now leading.
Yes, Eastridge now with the lead. So the timeout does play a big factor in that. It's just one of those things that help out. Timeouts do help out. That's what they're for, to calm the nerves of your players. So you can see a setup right here. Katie Kendrick with the hit, just hit on the opposite side. And again, you can see Miss Tackett over there for Eastridge. It's okay. All right, it
was a good deflection, however, it did not go to your defender behind
you just didn't have somebody there to protect you. So now your score is 15-15, all tied up here in the 4th game of the 15th Region Championship.
And if you have to double block, you only have 4 defenders behind you, so there's a lot of ground for 4 people to cover.
Right, and it looks like could be
3.
Bevins right there, but a great save.
Candy cane.
Candy, is that what it hit?
He hit the candy
I
cane.
almost hit Pete up there, staying up there.
He's calm, cool, and collected.
Yep, never changed facial expressions, nothing.
Cool as a cucumber, kosher as a pickle.
I don't know where you come up with these things.
Well, if I told you, then I wouldn't have my lines.
16-15 your score, which is serve. I believe that was Bevins with the serve.
Went out of bounds. Last time hit curved in. Deshae let it go and it landed in. This time she let it go and it went out for her.
So your score now 16-16, I believe. This is number 1 for Allen Central.
Hodge,
Courtney
15th
Hodge.
Region Player of the Year, Courtney Hodge.
Again, Tackett with the spike. As you just said earlier, we talked about that with the kill. If Eastridge does come back to win this game, she is definitely, I would say, the 15th Region Tournament Player of the Year for sure.
Definitely the PTP, primetime player.
That's right. Now you can see right here,
Moore with the kill.
But that looked like a great block by two.
A double block by Coleman and Tackett.
And see Fuller with finally an opportunity. She finally got herself another point. We haven't seen her name a lot. Kelsey Fuller finally got herself a point right there and a kill.
And we do have a 2-point lead for Eastridge.
And we have a timeout, Allen Central.
And Colonel Maynard is going to take them over and have a little pep speech.
Right, it looks
just try to build the confidence up.
You know, we talked about trying to find the Bacon Man earlier.
Where is Bacon?
I think he hasn't moved in a while. I see his two-tone face buddy, but I think he decided that I had enough of this, and I'm just going to go ahead and eat the top part of my costume because it looks so good. Probably smells good, too. I'm surprised his buddy's over there. I can see him. I think he's over here on the left-hand side behind the guy in that purple shirt. So it's just one of those things. Congratulations, Mr. Bacon. You have made it on Intermountain Sports Cable.
You are the fan of the game.
Yeah, so we can do the fan in the stands. Doesn't Dairy Queen do that for some sort of newspaper, I believe? Sometimes they have the fan in the stands.
I think you get a free ice cream cake.
Hey, I would love a free ice cream cake.
I wouldn't. I'm not giving a free ice cream cake away, but however, if you want to bring me an ice cream cake, send it to Betsy Lane High School, care of Ricky Thacker.
And Brian Dixon. We're going to have both. I would like some, too. You know, there's no way you can eat all that.
Well, I would share since you are my colleague.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. So your score is 18-16, Eastridge in the Game 4 of this 15th Region Championship. Timeout by Allen Central.
Still aggressive, and they get a free ball chance here.
Right.
Let's see if they go to Katie Kendrick.
And they did, and
off the face.
But, almost a great play.
Good effort. Good try to recovery. However, it fell a little bit short. And you've seen after the timeout, Allen Central made sure they went to Katie Kendrick.
Yep, absolutely. That was the first opportunity. They did not get that chance, but this second opportunity, absolutely they did. So your score is 18-17. Eastridge still with the lead. Fuller with the spike, a long spike.
Good
but
recovery
just a
by
recovery.
Katie Kendrick.
And they set it up. I believe you said that was number 2. That was Sarah with the tack it right there. Forceful, very forceful kill right there in that situation.
Lick Creek Missile coming out Game 3 and Game 4.
So your score is, what, 19-17, I believe, Eastridge?
And the one with the kill is now serving the ball.
Seems like she's done that a few times this game.
And
ooh, they could have called a lift
right there. That could have been called a lift.
But they did. That was a missed call, so they did not call that. Bevins with the set real close to the net. Is that 4 hits? It seemed like it, but they did not call it. Another one real close to the net. But a good recovery by Fuller right there. Just a great block by Tackett.
Determination by number 2, Sarah Grinrod there with a good block, and now she is coming out, and Deshae Elliott, the libero, is coming in to serve.
I think Sarah is a front row player from what it looks like, and they just switched for
her ability to block, you see why she is there.
Right. And that was Coleman this time with a spot, with a kill right there.
It's
a good recovery.
Wow. Did not go inside the candy cane.
Right. Has to be inside the poles right there. It looks almost like the old school barbershop.
And we have a hairband that fell off by Deshae Elliott. They're giving her time to place it back, as we've seen a lot of hair in the net, which is not called, which it should not be. Now Allen Central is trailing by 2 points, and Eastridge gets the serve, and it is number 1, Tristan Miller, with the serve.
Oh, it's just a bad setup right there for Sierra Jones.
And she's come back to set the
But
ball.
Set Bevins, a good dink, but a good recovery right there.
Krista Miller all over the place, serving, setting.
Yep. Set up right here for
Recovery.
Allen Central for Rachel Moore. And
Out of bounds.
was that tipped? No tip, no.
No
so
tip.
That puts it 21-18 Eastridge. Eastridge can come back here. They can win this game and force a game 5.
And number 13, Kelsey Fuller, she did not touch the ball as she was trying to attempt the block.
Right, and again, seems like a lot of miscues right here by Allen Central. That ball is gonna make it, barely.
Oh, I thought she was gonna attack there,
right.
but she's gonna get
Fuller
set up.
with the spike, but a good block by Tackett and Moore.
Ooh, way to stay out of the net. You've seen her tiptoe the line there.
That just comes with experience.
Good block.
It's a great block by Bevins right there and Williams.
And we have a 4-point lead by Eastridge right now. They are 3 points from forcing a game 5.
Yes, they are.
And as many know, as we have been talking earlier, game 5 only goes to 15 points.
Right. So again, you never know how that situation may work out. So as you can see right there, set for Tackett. Right
Good
up hands,
recovery.
good block by Williams right there. Set up for Fuller.
That was touched.
tipped, so she got to recover it. And again, you have the ability to hit 3. Sierra Jones is struggling right now.
And we see the tribe waking up here.
Yes, they are. And then the fans are doing anything they can, but we still don't see Mr. Bacon out there. We're looking for him. He was real rah, 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 but he's not
Bacon, behind the guy in the purple tie.
He hasn't moved for a while.
Nope, he finally realized, hey, this game is very interesting. I need to sit and watch and let my bacon fry.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
little communication error there.
Right, and more with just what's called a set over just to get the ball over.
See if Eastridge
right
attacks.
And then Fuller. We heard Fuller's name finally coming through in the clutch. She's
Game
making
point
some
for
big plays.
Eastridge. Game point from Eastridge. If they score this point, it will go to a decisive game 5.
Yes.
Where it's anybody's game.
Anybody's game in game 5, absolutely. Serious skin, 24-18.
Tristan with the serve.
Let's see what Allen Central comes up with here. Sierra Jones with a
Good
but a
recovery.
great block. That was called a lift.
Double hit.
So you score now is 24-19. Allen Central with Rachel Moore back to serve.
And still Eastridge game point. And if you told me earlier Allen Central was up 2-0, would it go game 5? I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
We're on the brink of going to a game 5.
Yep, it's real close here. Fuller hits this over.
Dink.
Nope. And tried a little just try to do a little differentiate. And Bevins with the spike, but a good block right there by Tackett. Sierra Jones with that great recovery by Fuller right there by Kelsey.
And she's going to attempt to attack.
Oh, great save by Jones.
A good rally right here.
Right.
Last point, it means something.
And
Eastridge wins game 4.
That was Bevins right there, number 20, with a great kill right there to give Eastridge game number 4. So we are all tied up. It is 2-2. Tied up going to the decisive game 5. And we'll be back on Intermountain Sports with a decisive game 5 here at the 15th Region Championship.
These days, our home's also our office.
With Gearhart broadband speeds up to 1 gig and Plume whole home Wi-Fi, you can do your best work from home. Contact Gearhart broadband today for fast, reliable internet and Wi-Fi.
With business-class solutions from Gearhart Broadband, it's all smiles around your workplace. Get internet speeds up to 1 gig and business-savvy digital voice. Gearhart Broadband, business solutions that will make you smile. Video gaming is a great way for families to have fun together. And Gearhart's fiber-fast internet and whole home Wi-Fi is a game changer. Contact Gearhart Broadband and level up to game-changing internet and Wi-Fi today.
Game 5 of this 15th Region Volleyball Championship between Allen Central Rebels and the Eastridge Lady Warriors. Lady Warriors.
If you didn't know any better, you would think you were at a basketball game.
Absolutely correct, because the volume and the level of this atmosphere is just one of those things that these kids will definitely never forget. You thought it was loud. You know, we think it's loud in the dome. Come to this tonight. You should be here, watch this decisive game 5, because the volume level of this place is rocking.
If both teams were not serving the ball so hard, I would get down on the floor. I'm that excited. However, before we start game 5, some things that we may need to know. This game will only go to 15 points. There is no cap.
Right, now what that means in no cap is no matter what the situation is, the team that has to, once they hit 15, if they're not up by 2 points, the first team that is up by 2 points win. So you can have a score of 70-68. You can get all the way up to that high if it needs to be that way.
And with these two teams, the determination, the want, the will, the execution, we may see that.
Absolutely, we may see that.
Allen Central won the serve.
They won the toss, I believe, because you re-tossed in the 5th game, so they won that serve, so they elected to serve. And Katie Kendrick with the hit, but a great
recovery
save by, that was Fuller right there, great recovery. Just a tough play by Looney. It was a great recovery, you know, great save, but kind of went a little bit out. So it's 1-0 Allen Central.
And the winner will advance next week to go to Louisville to play in the Kentucky High School Athletic Association state tournament.
What day will that start on? Does that start on Thursday? Do they play pool play there like they do for the All-A?
I do believe they just play 16 teams, single elimination. However, I could be wrong.
Okay, that's a good save right there, but it's a good tip. Katie Kendrick again with another great attack right there on the kill. So that puts up Allen Central 2-0.
And we see when, for Allen Central, when Katie Kendrick's at the front line, good things happen for Allen Central. Just like for Eastridge, when number 15, Cassidy Tackett's in the front line, good things happen.
Right, and she's out right now. Probably the way the rotation is, she just seems like she's out at the beginning.
I do believe Allen Central and Eastridge keep their star players away from each other.
Right, and Eastridge is having a little bit of a meltdown here, it looks like. Maybe the fatigue setting in, maybe, I don't know. They look a little tired.
Nerves.
It's tough. You know, this is one of those things, a decisive Game 5. We haven't seen one of these that I can remember watching any volleyball. I've not seen a Game 5 yet.
And Tackett, the southpaw, lost her serve there with a great little dink trick play by, I do believe, number 1, Tristan Miller.
Yes, I believe you're correct. Now we have Jessica Williams serving for Eastridge right now. Your score is 3-1 still, Allen Central.
And number 13 for Eastridge is their number 1 server, go-to server, and I think she started the game out serving.
Right, but that is out. As you can see, great attempt by both, Williams and Tackett right there, but just did not land in. It's tough. When you hit the ball that hard as Tackett does for Eastridge and Kendrick does for Allen Central, it's tough to get those, to stay in because they hit it so hard. Southpaw Bevins will serve. Again, you may want to call a timeout here. He read my mind, as you can see. So Allen Central does have a big momentum swing. Allen Central's fans are in it a little bit right now, but hey, this game's not over.
We've seen that earlier on. Some teams are down 5 to 6 points. They rally back.
Yes.
So we will see this game tighten up, I do believe, toward the end.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that Eastridge will make a good run to come back to this game like they have all day. They have not given up, which is a rarity. You see, we saw that last night. We saw that with Betsy Lane last night, giving up, last few plays of the game, especially the last game. They just kind of just gave up in a sense. And those things happen. They're kids. Kids will be kids. But Eastridge, they have that determination. I think it has to help because they have 4 seniors on the team that really, really want it.
And you see the no heads hanging down, enthusiastic. You just have to execute at this point in the time.
Absolutely correct. So you set up for Looney right there.
And you would think they would get it to number 15. And they call lift there. And number 1 is going to get a card.
Yes, she is.
And
that is the first time we have seen that call right there.
And
that
she is going to receive a yellow card.
What that means is that's simply a 1 warning call. That just is saying, hey, you can't do that kind of stuff.
And I do believe the assistant coach for Allen Central is James Larry Hodge, which is the father of number 1, Courtney Hodge.
Oh, okay.
And Courtney Hodge is the 15th Region Player of the Year, and she is a senior leader on this team. However, I do believe that she has not played this game the way she wished she had.
Right, I believe you're absolutely correct on that one.
She's very capable of producing so much more.
Right, that is true. You see here, free ball right there. Bevins with the setup, looks like he's trying to hit it to Looney. And Kendrick with the hit, and it's a great play. Look at the emotion from Katie Kendrick.
Katie Kendrick has came and saw, and she's ready to get on the bus and go home and celebrate a championship.
Absolutely. She is pumped up, jacked up, ready to go. So now your score is 6-2, Allen Central. And I believe, is that Courtney back there serving now?
I do believe you are correct.
Okay.
Number 1, Courtney Hodge back to serve. And close to the net.
Oh, just a good play right there by Williams, number 20. Jessica Williams just got a little dink over, and those things help.
Allen Central had a chance to capitalize there, and they did not. And the score now is Eastridge 3, Allen Central 6, and we are only going to play to 15.
Right.
Win by 2. Ooh.
Tackett with just a good recovery right there. And you see the big momentum change for Eastridge.
That was a great set by one of Allen Central's players. However, that's not what was intended to do.
That was one of those thank yous we talked about earlier, where Taggett said, I'm going to enjoy this very much. Hit a big, huge smile on her face right when she hit that, because she knew right where it was going.
Here's the set by Allen Central. Rachel Moore.
Great recovery right there by Looney. Another recovery. 2 great recoveries, baby. That's just some miscommunication right there. But those things happen.
And the crowd is pretty excited right now.
Both sides. Both sides are really, really in this game. If you have a sweatshirt on, you're definitely taking it off now, because it is boiling hot in here. The heat is turned up.
And Katie back to serve, who has been probably the best player for Allen Central tonight.
And you see with the set right there, Bevins with the set. Taggett with a spike. Once you go, in this crucial time right here, you go to your go-to player. You go to the player that's been there, the ones that has been carrying you all tournament. You get to those people. Now, as you can see, now Tackett's going back to serve.
Got the kill. See if momentum's in her favor.
But here, once she gets done with the serve, she will be coming out. So, you just got to be cautious about this. And you see a dink right there. It's one of those serves.
See if Eastridge can handle the free ball.
And Fuller right there with spike.
Good save, recovery by Deshae Elliott.
And again, you see Bevins looks like she is the serving. That is out by Fuller. So now your score is 8-5 Allen Central. Allen Central is up by 3 here, but that doesn't mean anything. We've seen a lot of teams, especially Eastridge, come back from a huge deficit, come back and win.
Number 15, Cassidy Tackett for Eastridge, is sitting out. The libero come in to play the back line for her.
Right, and again, that helps Eastridge with defense, but you lose a big offensive player in that situation. So we'll see how this plans out for them. Just a great right there by Lakin Tackett, I believe. Just a miscommunication right there. That is 4 hits. 4 hits in that situation.
Allen Central is 6 points from being the 15th region champion. They are up 9-5 over Eastridge. And back to serve is number 11, Deshae Elliott, who is only a junior, I do believe. Back row attack.
Back row attack right there. I see Lakin Tackett right there. Just a great recovery by Looney, I believe that was. Set up for Fuller. That's who they usually set up right there. Just a great dink right there.
Number 13, Kelsey Fuller. She is labeled as outside hitter, and she's only a junior. And it has her being 5'10" tall.
Yeah, she might be. I don't know. It's hard to see, but I think Tackett for Eastridge, she's just a little bit taller than Fuller is.
They have Tackett listed as 5'9", so 1 inch smaller than Fuller.
Maybe, you just one of those things you just don't know. It's hard to tell from here.
We're not a physician, and their physicals probably have that height on
Right. And Bevins right there with a good spike, but just did not make it over. It looks like you're having a free ball here.
Let's see if Eastridge capitalized. They go to their setter, Tristan Miller.
Right.
And so close to being to the lift. However, she is preventing that.
Back to Fuller right there. With a setting up right here for Rachel Miller, and that is out. See, we talked about Allen Central making some mental unforced errors right now and letting Eastridge come right back in this game. This game's not over by any means. This game is going to be a lot closer than what we think. It's going to go right down to the wire.
And we thought last night when 15 for Eastridge went out of the game, we thought Eastridge would struggle. However, they have strong players. They have 8 strong players, because Coleman comes in as well.
Right, and you see right there.
And we are a 1 point deficit for Eastridge.
And again, just a big recovery right there for Eastridge. They're ready to go. They have no fear. And again, they have not been in this situation before, but sometimes that could be to your advantage. You don't know what the nerves are like being here. Allen Central, they have been here once or twice before, maybe even more than that. But Eastridge is not. That's helping. I think it's helping Eastridge here.
And Eastridge is showing they are fundamentally sound.
Yes. Again, you have that no fear right there. To set up Fuller for the spike.
Good recovery by Deshae Elliott, and they're going to set the southpaw.
Yep. Just put it in the right spot. I think that was to her advantage over there, hitting that on that left-hand side, right-hand side for Allen Central. So your score now, Allen Central 10, Eastridge 8.
And we have back serving, is that Sierra Jones?
No, that is Rachel Moore.
Rachel Moore.
And she
was
hit that
58th
curveball.
District Player of the Year.
And it's just
Good recovery by
good
Katie
save.
Kendrick.
And there's another one right there. And Courtney Hodge right there with a good recovery, hit it back over. Setting up Fuller. Oh, no, they're changing it up, setting Bevins up with a dink. That's just a good recovery.
That's in.
Yes, it is. No time to celebrate, though, because that ball's coming right back, as you can see.
Eastridge did not quit.
No, you can't celebrate. Yeah, you made a great play, but you know what? That ball's going to come right back to you. It's only a matter of time. You have to be ready for the next play.
And the volleyball touched, and who went out of bounds? And if you can see down in the corner, you will see Robert Staggs. He is the signing secretary for the officials of volleyball in the 15th region.
He's got that big U-Pike sweatshirt on. You can't miss that big orange right
Softball coach.
Yep.
Nice.
Bevins with the spike just hit that net. I think that played to Allen Central's advantage. Just great
Good
save
dig
right there by Fuller.
number 13, Fuller.
And you have a set right here by Courtney, set up for Sierra Jones. Again, just not clear, but that looks like it's going to be out.
And will we get a timeout here? It is tied 10-10. Eastridge has come back from 4 points down to tie this game. And the winner of this next week, as we said many times, will advance to the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Volleyball State Championship.
Right, it's been a back and forth, and you expect it, especially game 5 right here. Setting Sierra Jones for a dink right here, but Allen Central's just not having what they need. Now look at that. That was Looney right there, number 2, just came through, made a big play right there.
And
very big play.
If you did not know it, the crowd is into it, and
Absolutely.
we got a timeout by Allen Central.
Absolutely. So you have a timeout, Allen Central. Allen Central is up right now. They are up, Eastridge is up 11-10 right now in this situation. What do you tell your team, Ricky? How does it work?
You've been in this situation before. You've probably been down. If I'm Allen Central's coach, I would say just execute. You've been in this situation. For Eastridge, listen to these fans.
That's crazy.
Listen to these fans. You hear that. They are behind you. So Eastridge just has to ride that momentum train. Allen Central, they've been here. They've had their backs against the wall. They have faced the best competition all year long because all year they have been ranked the #1 team in the 15th region all year long. So they have got the best game from everybody.
Right, and again, rankings at this point in time mean absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean anything. If you're ranked #1, so what? Everybody starts off 0-0, as you can see.
And both these teams played the first game of the season this year, and Allen Central did defeat Eastridge, but that was the first game of the season.
Right, that's a lot.
They're 40 games into the season now.
Right, and that plays a big factor. Sierra Jones with a hit, and that is, yes, I believe that was a good call. That's one of those, I don't know, but it looked like from here, it looked like it hit the line right there.
That looked like the correct call by Miss Carol Prater, and Allen Central has come back to tie the game at 11-11. Both teams are 4 points away from winning the 15th region volleyball tournament.
And we're going back with the original server of the first game, Leighton Tackett right here. She's
a
going
southpaw.
Yes.
Looked like a little curveball, 12-6.
Right, but if you notice again here, that's in, yes. So Eastridge with the score right there, as you can see. So what that does, that puts Eastridge back up. Is that the correct score? I thought it was 11-11.
It's 12-11 now.
12-11?
Eastridge got that point. Eastridge is leading by 1. And some of the fans thought that ball may have been out. However, it was called in.
Right.
Unforced error by number 6, Jessica Williams, who is a junior. So she made an unforced error, and Allen Central and Eastridge is tied.
Now, do the nerves kick in here? You know 3 points wins this game, but you have to stop the other team. So, you know, just one of those things. Do nerves really set in? Does experience set in this situation?
You would think it would.
Right.
And you can't be making mistakes.
Right, like that. A big mistake right there by Tackett. Been playing so well all night. Hopefully that's not a big game-deciding turnover that they just made, an unforced error.
And Allen Central is 2 points from winning the 15th region tournament, and we do have a timeout by Eastridge.
Yes, we do have a timeout. Eastridge, good call, I believe, just to calm the nerves. They've had 2 unforced errors back-to-back, and they just need to calm down, relax, and keep themselves motivated. Say, hey, this is still in our opportunity. We still have the availability to win this game. It's up to us. You know, we just have to make the play, have to make a great defensive stop.
And you see our Eastridge already out of the timeout. Coach Spradlin just want to give some motivation words All game, all 5 games, he's been calm, cool, and collected. He's not yelled. So he understands that his team hasn't been here before.
Right.
And he's just trying to make them relax.
Right. And you know, it's hard to do. They're young teenage girls, and it makes it really, really difficult for that situation to happen sometimes. But again, it's hard to get this done. It's hard to have them relax.
And we got Allen Central fans up. They can feel that the game is close, and they feel that they have the advantage, and they are going to try to lead their team to a victory.
Right. Was that Sierra Jones with the serve? I believe
Trista
it was.
Miller with a set.
Attack it. There
You
she goes.
have to go to the primetime play.
Absolutely. Made a bad miscue on that last play, but just turn around right there, came back, and made a fantastic play to make this game tied 13-13.
And I will say it again, they went to the AKA, the Lick Creek Missile. And she has delivered time in and time out.
Right, so your score now is 13-13, all tied up.
And here we got a set by Allen Central. And
Katie Kendrick right there, Again, the 2 big-time players for both teams have made big, big plays. Now, do you get caught up here? Do you call a timeout to try to ice the server in a sense, like you would ice a kicker in football? Who knows? It looks like is that Lauren up there getting ready to hit?
That is Courtney Hodge
Okay.
getting ready to serve, who is the 15th Region Player of the Year.
And he's set up real close to the net right there. Just didn't make it. Great block by Katie Kendrick right there. And as you can see, Allen Central, your 15th Region champions. But let's not hold anything against East Ridge. Phenomenal, phenomenal game by both teams. East Ridge just made a great, valiant effort, gave themselves a chance. They had many chances in this game, but again, Allen Central just came through, and experience, I think, played a big factor. What do you think, Ricky?
If you weren't at this game, you missed a golden opportunity to watch 2 great teams, great student athletes. Look at the coaches over there showing sportsmanship, both teams showing sportsmanship. Nothing but respect from both these coaches and both these teams. And Allen Central, this will help them going next week state.
Yes, absolutely. I think with this game as being as close as it was, you're not going to have any blowouts when you get to the state tournament, usually at that point in time, unless you just play the #1 team or #2 teams, in the state, if they make it. But as you can see, there was a lot of situations in this game where Allen Central was down a few points, came back and made a good play. Like this game, had a lot of ties, a lot of 2 one-point leads, and that doesn't mean a ton.
I don't think they will let them cut the nets. I bought a volleyball net system earlier last year. I would not let them cut the net.
No, those things aren't cheap, those nets. It's not like the basketball nets where we get to cut those down. So just one of those things.
And we will be back here in just a moment with your all-tournament team from the 15th Region Tournament. Again, Allen Central is your 15th Region Tournament champions, and we will be back shortly on Intermountain Sports.
Gearhart Broadband knows reliable internet is more important than ever. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program to get significant savings on broadband internet. Learn more now at imctv.com.
Dreaming of watching what you want, when you want, where you want? Stop dreaming and start streaming with Gearhart TV. Watch hundreds of choices on many devices with Cloud DVR, plus great viewing features. Get in touch now to sign up.
Smart Home Security provides you peace of mind by giving you access to your home cameras and connected devices from anywhere with one easy-to-use app. Stop worrying and upgrade to a smart home with Gearhart Security, and rest easy knowing you're always covered with 24/7 professional monitoring.
Game, which we just saw, a phenomenal game, Ricky, between both East Ridge and Allen Central. Allen Central did win a decisive Game 5, but it was a great Game 5 and just one of those good comebacks. And right now, we are introducing all the superintendents for both schools, Mr. Henry Webb for Floyd County and
Mr. Roger Wagner for Pike County, excuse me.
And we can also see Mr. Keith Henry. He's the 15th Region Board Policy, so he's all over the whole region. And
he's
right
the
now,
president of Policy Board, and also Eugene Lyons, the tournament director, and also the athletic director for Pike Central is out there.
And as you see right now, we are going to pass out the runner-up trophy here. The runner-up trophy goes to the East Ridge Lady Warriors. A valiant game, awesome game they played. They should not hang their heads. Yeah, I know they had 4 seniors that played. They played phenomenal.
They played a wonderful tournament, wonderful games. they're the only team that made Allen Central go to 5 games.
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to say. That's probably the only time Allen Central has been really tested in the 15th region was tonight.
Since the state All-A.
Yeah, it just, you know, those things happen.
And Eastridge seniors, they were number 1, Tristan Miller, who played an important role to their team. Number 7, the libero, Becky Clark. Number 11, Abby Epling, and I don't think we caught her name many
we
times.
didn't see her.
And also number 20, Lauren Bevins.
Those 3 that we saw. And now you can see now we're getting ready to present the 15th Region Championship Trophy to the Allen Central Lady Rebels, as you can see by Mr. Henry Webb handing out the trophy to those girls. Again, deserving, yes. Experience played a factor in this game, as you can tell. That's why they were the winners in Central. But again, we don't want to give all the credit to Allen Central because Eastridge played a phenomenal game.
Eastridge did play a phenomenal game, and Allen Central just showed experience paid off in the end. They never did get panicky. They just kept calm, cool, and collected, and they got down several times. Even in the 5th game, they got down 2 points, and they still came back, and they eventually won the 15th region tournament.
Right, and again, it's good to see a team with experience come out and win, but it's also good to see a team like Eastridge just give everything. If you wanted to watch a regional championship, if you've never watched volleyball before, you should watch this game when we have it on Intermountain Sports on Channel 5. It is a phenomenal game to watch. I think this game will be shown more than one time on there. It'll be on repeat a whole bunch of times just because the way the game was played, the atmosphere of the game, just a phenomenal rally. There was no blowout scores in any of the games.
Nope.
Everything was really, really close. 25-21 was one of the scores. I think 25-23 was another one. We even had one go past 25. It was 29-27. Is that correct?
That is correct. And if you're a young athlete, please watch this game and see the sportsmanship.
Yes.
Not the level of play. The level of play was phenomenal. Watch that as well. But also the sportsmanship.
Yes.
It was shown both by players and coaches.
Right. Sportsmanship, again, is one of those things we really, really try to stress because you see a lot of professional athletes. A lot of them don't have sportsmanship. You know, when you see at the high school and college levels, you don't get away with those sort of things because that coach will take you right out because they can replace you with somebody else.
And we saw in that last game, we saw a yellow card given to an Allen Central player. However, I don't believe it was taunting showing up. It was more emotion.
Yeah, it was more of an emotional thing. When the game's this close, it's hard, you know, to have that happen. It's just one of those things. It was a miscue. She was frustrated at the call, but it did not play a factor in that game, fortunately for them.
And now we are going to get to hear our all-tournament team.
So Allen Central will go on to play. We're not 100% sure what day that is. We think it's maybe Thursday or Friday. They'll go and start. They'll be in what's called the Sweet 16 down there in Louisville.
And we wonder who will be the tournament MVP.
My guess, Katie Kendrick. Katie Kendrick.
Johnson Central High School player. She played a phenomenal game, number 11, if I'm not mistaken. She is a great hitter. And looking at her height, do you think she's a senior? She's a sophomore.
Ashley Miller, I believe they said from Belfry.
Belfry Lady Pirates. They were defeated by Betsy Lane in the first round of the regional tournament.
Our next player will be Tristan Miller from Eastridge.
Our next player was Tristan Miller from Eastridge, a great player. She was more of a defensive player, but played absolutely phenomenal. I believe she is a senior. Is that correct?
A senior leader that they will probably miss next year.
Katie Kendrick from Allen Central was the all-tournament team.
And we had an opinion. We thought she may have been the MVP, but she deserves all-tournament team.
Wow, definitely
A phenomenal tournament.
All-tournament team.
From Pike County Central High School is Cassidy Campbell, and I do believe she is a senior for Pike County Central. And she also plays basketball for Pike County Central under her father, Clay Campbell.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That was and I did not hear that name. Did you hear that name?
I did not. She is from Pikeville High School, and she will be accepting her all-tournament award.
So again, right now we have,
Next player is Cecilia Ray from Betsy Lane.
and then you have
High School.
Cecilia Ray. She is from Betsy Lane High School.
And,
She's on the all-tournament team.
She is a junior for the Betsy Lane Lady Cats, so she will be returning her senior year next year. And it does take a little bit of time to
Yeah,
get down
especially
to the
when a lot of the
ground.
kids are way up in the bleachers sometimes. You know, they don't know they're here with their friends. They don't know a lot of times if they're going to make it.
Kelsey Fuller
Kelsey
from
Fuller. Great
Kelsey.
player. She played phenomenal. Really good. She played, I would say, think she played better last night than she did tonight, but she had, towards the end, she started really playing.
Miss Sammons from Paintsville High School. Her father is the Coy Sammons, the superintendent of Paintsville High School, and she's a phenomenal player. They were defeated in the first round by the Pikeville Lady Panthers.
How do you know who all these girls are? You know their parents and everything.
Watched a little bit of volleyball.
And you see Deshae Elliott from Allen Central. She definitely deserves that lot of good saves in this last game and last night too. She's just one of those defensive players. That's why she's a libero. She's not really an offensive player. She's more of a saver. And the next,
Tawny Justice from Pikeville High School is the next player of the regional player on the tournament team. And we'll see she take the walk down to get her trophy.
Maybe she's a younger freshman, sophomore maybe. Don't know 100% for sure. Do you know?
We talked yesterday. Pikeville has 0 seniors on their team.
Right.
And I do believe she is a sophomore.
And next player is Cassidy Tackett from East Ridge. Again, we thought if East Ridge would have won this game, she was our 15th region MVP. And we have one more, I believe, all-tournament player, or 2 more, excuse me. Allie Mead from Betsy Lane High School is also on the all-tournament team.
And she is a junior, but to go back to Cassidy Tackett from East Ridge, a.k.a. Lick Creek Missile, she played a phenomenal tournament, and so did Allie Mead from Betsy Lane.
Yes, Allie Mead played very well last night. She also played very well in the 58th district too. She played a phenomenal game. So again, you can see, I know, we don't want to talk a lot about Betsy Lane, but the 2 players for Betsy Lane are both juniors, so that helps us, so they both come back. And you see Rachel Moore, definitely deserving of that.
She was the 58th District Player of the Year, and she is also on the all-tournament team here in the 15th region.
It's time to announce the most valuable player. And for the 15th region tournament, 2012, it goes to Courtney Hodge.
And you see Courtney Hodge, the MVP of this 15th regional tournament. She was also the 15th region player of the year. And again, we don't see what she does a lot. Yeah, we said Katie Kendrick was the one we thought would be it, but she's more of an unsung hero right there. And it was a toss-up. She gets a lot of saves, gets a lot of sets, those sort of things.
And the all-tournament team, any coach in volleyball would love to have this as their 15-person roster.
Oh, yeah, that would be phenomenal. Where would you find playing time for everybody is one of the big things.
Oh, we would sub a lot.
Yes, that's true. But again, we want to thank Intermountain Sports for having this 15th regional. It's been one of those, again, just a phenomenal tournament we've had. This is, I believe, the 3rd or 4th year we have done this. We have noticed the crowds have been increasing. Ricky, I know this is your first year doing this. I've been very blessed to do this for, the third time this year, and it just seems we're getting more and more people out to watch volleyball. And like we talked about, it is the fastest growing sport in the state of Kentucky.
And once again, we would like to wish Allen Central the best of luck next week as they travel down to Louisville to compete for this region. So every team in the 15th region will be cheering on Allen Central because I do believe they will represent the 15th region very well. They have been in the top 25 in the ranks all year long in the state. So they will play teams like Assumption, St. Henry, some teams down there that they have played against in state level competition, and I feel like they will do a phenomenal job down there representing our region.
Yes, I think they will. They'll do a phenomenal job. But again, we also want to congratulate East Ridge on the well-played game that they played. They gave everything they had. They had anything that they could throw out there, they did. They were throwing their bodies all over the court. They were just moving around every single spot. They were making plays. Just Allen Central made the bigger plays tonight and just was able to come away with this win. But like we said, don't count out East Ridge. The 4 seniors and the few other underclassmen had stepped up and played this game very well. It just, those things happen. Congratulations again goes out to Allen Central, and best of luck in the state tournament starting, we believe, next Thursday.
Next Thursday. And Brian, it's been a pleasure. Wayne Fugit on the camera. It's been a pleasure. My first time, like you said. It's been an awesome experience.
Yes, and again, we want to thank Intermountain Sports for hosting this game. And that is going to wrap it up here for the 15th regional tournament. Again, we have Allen Central as your champion. So for Brian Dixon and Ricky Thacker as my side host, we want to say God bless and thank you for watching Intermountain Sports.